Abusua, mema mo nyinaa adwo. Megye di sɛ Kristo nti mo nyinaa mo ho yɛ. Me nua bɛyɛ deɛ yɛdi buronya ni yɛdi. Yɛdi wɔ Facebook so. Yɛho sɛ nkɔmmɔ no ayɛ dɛ. Nti sesei deɛ yɛde hyehyɛ so da biara. Na kyerɛ sɛ yɛdi nkɔmmɔ no ama no akɔsi. Sɛnea mo a monim, me nua bɛyɛ me ne nante yɛakyɛ paa. Yɛfiri si yɛgyae pampers saa na yɛsua ananteɛ. Ɛna me ne me nua bɛyɛ yɛhyiaeɛ. Nti yɛho mfie bebree. Ɛbɔ mpaeɛ sɛ next year no, ɛkwan nya bɛba na maba Paris hɔ na makɔ akɔsra me nua bio na mehu n'akyɛ koraa too much. Nti me nua ba, wo ho te sɛn? How are you doing?
Good evening to everybody. French people say bonsoir, bonsoir, bonsoir.
Nti ɔdɔ sɛnea waa wonim no, mebɛkɔ 1 minute break na mahyɛhyɛ video na ma wo na kyerɛ sɛ yɛde nkɔmmɔ dɛdɛɛdɛ no de ahyehyɛ so. Nti mede sɛnde wɔ anesa, why?
Okay, no problem.
Sika educate, yeah, what Facebook, YouTube, and Insta. Sika educate, yeah, cassava, abomne, our real impunto. Sika educate, or don't come up, run, yeah, who are true. Sika educate, Unyani baby, Sika educate. Ain't like you page, you know, I am vibe. One more than go YouTube, subscribe it. Sika educate is the name. All our man them source and they come from. Inspiration, motivation, modern education. For Canada, when it's here, or don't come or Ekusika deba. For Canada, Bema Jai, or don't come or Ekusika deba. Sika educate, yeah, what Facebook, YouTube, and Insta. Sika educate, yeah, cassava, abomne, our real impunto. Sika educate, or don't come up, run, yeah, who are true. Sika educate.
Yo, abusua, me ne me nua bɛyɛ yɛagye nkonya, yɛsi nkonya, ɛreba abɛdi nkɔmmɔ bi a me no ahyehyɛ sɛ yɛbɛdi mfeɛ bebree. It's been a long time a yɛka sɛ yɛbɛka saa asɛm wei. Na nnɛ paa deɛ yɛdecide sɛ saa bere mu yɛbɛka ansa na afeɛ no akɔ n'awieɛ. Sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a mmaa no a mowɔ saa tebea wei mu, mmarima bi a mowɔ saa tebea mu no, a yɛreba abɛwura afe foforɔ mu a yɛreboaboa yɛn ho. Preparations for 2021 no, woahu sɛnea wobɛdaadaa nneɛma na woatutu w'anammɔn afa na woayɛ nea ɛbɛboa wo na wobɛsurvive na woathrive ɛwɔ 2021 afe foforɔ a yɛwura mu yi. Me nua ba,
Yes,
ne mmienu ɛwɔ hɔ bɛyɛ sɛ 3.5 months ago. And this is that case wey nye only case. Ɛyɛ sɛ ade a akɔ so akyɛ. And si a me ne wo kasa yi no, it's still happening. Ɛne si yɛ nua Barbara no wɔ US. Ne kunu a ɔyɛ pastor. Wɔbɔɔ ne tuo kum no ɛfiri asase yi so. COVID yi baayɛ. Nkɔfo bebree a motete sɛ ɔmoyɛ adɔfoɔ, sɛ ɔmowɔ relationship, sɛ ɛyɛ deɛn, sɛ ɛyɛ marriage, whatever it is no. Couples have a difficult time because yɛaka yɛahyɛ yɛn nyinaa yɛwɔ fie, and it's bringing up this whole issue of abuse to the fore. Ɔmo a yɛbrim wɔn a wɔn ko nea yɛbɔ no sotorɔ ɛgye sotorɔ ɛwɔ sumie mu. Na question a mewɔ ma wo ne sɛ ɛyɛ deɛ ba adeɛ paa ne yɛka abusive relationship anaasɛ abusive marriage a ɛdeɛ ne yɛpɛ akyerɛ.
That's a pass or invite me about program way and abusive relationship. I appear it's message as a woman. The reason being, Oba woni be mama ko shia mo mo dom mo ba betena abu. Na eden ne kofa nkasakasa ne nsem ketenkete ne ahotie eba aware mu amutu wontimi ntena se ensolve. So mummy and mother together as a husband and wife. So bibi kitu ebi wo ha e ha wo be ma ana e ha wo oba. Montena se na mon hwehwe e wa aware mu na asomdwe mba wa because mummy no na mo ka say yes, I'm of tena together. Enti eden na ekofa abasa afi die obi mpese obi Beman and Peso be Oban so Peso be Beman, Mummy and so you are sleeping in the same house, probably Muda and Papa also Obi Peso be Obi. And Tiakasa abusive relationship, a relationship who talk any and who told Nipa Bako and who tono and Abako so tate the other a relationship. Assume G any for or do any for. Say omumi eni nyina ebehia ewo fie a ene ase de atanfo mi no ma ba behia cause obia de ehye yim obia wudi sem a ewo ni mu ehye say ka abusive relationship a very broad very very broad because a war so many types abusive relationship no ebit my physical bit my emotional physical no eno mebie mu kakra na maka ebi so betima ye emotional ana ebi so betima ye psychological na ne ye nim titiru ye before ne ye nim edoso pa ene physical abuse physical no eno na ye nyina ye nim say ye very common na mostly na nkrofo ka say de bia emema ene ye sa physical abuse ene de emema no onya was driver me why ene me ba defend kakra because emma bi so it takes our physical abuse no in relationship sweetheart say you can friend day say physical aspect now physical aspect no edosu in the sense say first of all out of jealousy oba ukunu say bia wo twa nani hwe oba foforo kwampa na ebufuo aba mu was started wo kasa no ho by heart wo yiye na by heart asem bia be free wanu bia by heart say be ma na person okrokro de nsa ka okwampa na wan ha wa bo nsa na wo twa na sumumpo out of anger wo se jame emfa onsa nkame me ken jama sebi sa de pa ene nipa hwe sebi ye ma krampo bien vrai que yeso so kwa ya ware no wutimi hu obi a no ho ofe sebi wutimi twa wani hwe diga cross say abrantie wo ye kama enti sebi se wukunu so epie nani ekohwe oba bi se ya wo se yeso so ye nya abotere nti otimi de anger no ana jealousy ni ehye ni mu na on the ono so start I don't know how to explain that in tree but was started tie be ma no ha no won sem bebre say na wo pema open madodo wo de bia nipa no na manene massem sweetheart eno ye one secondly physical abuse in relationship no so emema bi bisu ko ha ontimi kasa oba ho enwie sentence without asotro wone oba na kasa no ansa na no krampo besine na waje asotro sad no it's a very 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 bad habit. Bema bi ha some be free na no bia okasa because obo ha ene se okasa ama oba ne nkasa ene se one oga e wo family nti bema wakasa oba opesa wo kire wa adwene kire okunu the mere fact say wo yire pesa o kire na adwene no enduru se obebo na sotoro onduru sa atotoro no waka wo de na okan no it's not because we your wife and say everything she should agree she can also disagree to what you say enye nsem nyina na sebe emema so mo kan ensem no ye osi ejutum ensem bo ha mo kan ehun hia sometimes e ma adwene no so e ma adwene so na ideas e ma de ba no emu so esen emema de no but na mema na ye o mo say okay so take your idea na asa watimi no asa to say no as a man of the house no ohun ne so mfaso e wo fie ho enti o kan asema na asem ne ya enyo e wo say e kan de physical abuse na me san abeka no first of all o criticize wo partner so o criticize sexually and okay o to say o do nsaka na wenya fault bi aka no and sebe radin fan bon in cham some make asa and na why ase bon and na wuti say and na bing na why you say to say oba na say wonim bibi fault bi kwa wo no there's a nice way e ma so yes sent bebre o ba ye nkasa Sabi, and member no so sent be brave free mo yen kasa ye kan am tum. And it's all about criticize your partner sexually. I can't say no undi ni huni, and no nyesa. There's a nice way to talk to her rather than say we gun animas because you will be a face be gun animas. Yes, how about physical abuse? Well, you always would your be maybe will have morning, afternoon, evening, or no dear. Bejenako. Just obey fear and crasses and at the honaminia media and at the butu ho. Oh, please. Other way no ya koko. And kuko crampo before say akoko be shiana yanko akoko no. On nantin in check a crack. No, yes, signs. No, free. No, yes, and none akoko ne who say yes. Just akoko be me or pesa or fro or barnason. Na ye nipa dasani. Nipa dasani wo yere so ye nipa. Wo yere no wo ye nipa bra. So ba be shia wo yere. Eya wo yere why no ho ade eya wo dia. There's so many ways or so many approaches with my cashier or say yes, sweetheart. Me per se and them to say me per se me know you play game, but and a butu ho na dane ho na me say. Not to say you are hurting or ban on to me kasa na de bia wo de every time and no pay because I remember bi so sorry to say me name baby o move free anopa obeje area obeje enyumra obeje o men subscribe obeje wo yare kra was obeje aden again. Aden na munhum ma hum obosa. And no physical. Physical no so am say can say, baby or ha, sweetheart, on ne yere na ekon entoka kitu ebia na ebro no. Just end there bibia obenya bia wo de bobo tiri. Was so na yere kon to strangle wo say wo ye wo den o. Just say ade obenya bia bibia obenya bia say table kwa na obenya kra wo beto abo. Physical abuse. My brothers, when him say moye moyeresan, when him say so bani bie na no ekojina court, ekasa wo ye ni say they can put you in jail. No matter where you are, or Africa or Abusive, or ba when him say we go through side we say no. Meant na ho say a relationship no, and na one kasa wo team na opesa wo je bro ewu a kosotina. But say a relationship a wo team a ye bro a say a bro no kosate bro e ka so opewa senka won ka try say wo pe no.
David.
Enti wan chiro sa no do ko awarem na so wo kotena awarem na obobobo a sister meant na ho enhwe na ememe bi wo ha the very first day obe pagya na so oba be bo. That is when also wo so nsam e che ne say hey bra wunnim na so wo do won saka me my sister why wo kunu krampa ya kasa ai bu kunu be submissive but e no nchiro so say be ma no wo ye de wo pagya won sa e bo wo yere no e me bi so ho mo bufu a na na bibi obenya bi obetutu aboni kunu bibi obenya bi ono so obetutu a both sides then not just the men my sisters and men man ka ho and man ka ho both sides and we have physical aspect the physical aspect no and na yaka no so person can bibi ka ho a na yaka ka ho na yaka other two aspects
Enti me nuanom asema ye ken it's a very emotional topic. But then it is something also that a lot of us know say it's going on, but a lot of us shy away from it. Obi ampeso obeka mo Ghana for ho sa if anything hypocrisy no nyatrom na ewe society no no eno na eku because ye pese ye keep your appearance. Enti wo your ba susu ampa se be ma ba besi upe wapene so wadro waye na efe esotro ne start a instead say obema abusua ene wadofo ehu sese na ekoso no na the makeup aye nanim yabu na mama kaye nani achi wanya black eye ne mfunu ho atete baabi obedware na the makeup a polish it na or keep up appearances ni etwa pictures abegina Facebook and my husband and my wealth and my universe and so wo just throw osumiem eno na ni hwehin minua who are you deceiving minua kasa
Mama can show reasons why and maybe go through that abuse now or kasa. First of all, if you are be man na hwe or baby or her finance maybe what she's not empowered be me and provided bibia man enti answer obeka no aka say ye we dem ko ka kire mabusuafo a na be me ikra sika yi me benya bibiem o ma me sika na me bebusa bibia ye mfa ma me nti e ma so ye pesika pa nti obi o ha no watena mu saa oje bro no na oje sika no oje bro no na oje sika no obi o ho so out of fear obi o ho so out of fear because one when himself ko ka kire na busuafo say na be ma na ye na one the busuafo no e bia wo parents bi o ya wild ye be ye no ye didi na tem sa na tena mu sa na obi aye ye otena mu sa ye de kwa sa na ye tena mu sa ade na wo de wo oba we de wuntimi tena aware mu bibi kitu obi na wa be complaining parents be when their kids start complaining that they are going through abusive marriage now ye ntie wa asem ye ka tro se kono kotena mu sa na bom pae ana se be patient akola na ba be more red flags no wa be ka tro se niam e koso no e very 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 violent baby yenhwe say ye beka ko frɛ papa na ba betena se ebusa no say what is going on na say yenfrɛ girl yi embusa no say ade e go through wo ni wukunu yi enti ede pa na ye koso no sesia na ye twana no tiawa esetena mu sa na ka wano tu nti wotena se na ono so dwene ho sa na because ohia sika finance na ade ni nyina na wa mia na no watena ho oba bi so wo ha ne do wo ma ni kunu no eso dodo odo be ma no ejimi sana me friend no odo be ma no brusu ejimi efa esa odo no ho how can you overlap somebody to the sense say nipa ko ni ku obo me say wo hu nyina ye max wontimi nyi wo hu nkyerɛ anybody because wo hu nyina girl bi wa hanim say shika girl bo ye krom ha me ne wo kase me say friend day pressing iron hot one and ni kunu de fire e de tare na chi as I talk to you and I make a session we Obana she still have that mark e wonachi nti one day ochire me san mark no dem say I don't know say also oni no kunu kontoka and ni kunu fa Friday the iron no e de ye ne chi nam say na wotena ho wan ko report no ne yan fa na anko shemu for 1 month bi na opia bonte wa hunyansa me san anko for mo yes no I don't have pity for them because they are evil people. And some of them also, they don't change. Obi wa ha, no matter what you do, ni pakoni ni supa no on change. Nti advice ni pakra. Obi wa ha, when you are in that abusive relationship, you will have to decide, my sister. Idea or baby change ya na say if nti asiye no saa na wode start ya na wo hwe na say ni pakoni is becoming more and more violent. And my sister, you have to advise yourself. To move for. Obi wa also like I said, Obo also out of shame. Ten Crawford say, or qua warrior when Timmy Antanas, and I saw qua warrior no. Ebi okokasha ne namfo fo ne namfo fo besre ne say eh asume sini ni kunu krampo sa we na ekoso o ma warrior mu eh and say honum say no ha sa say show French ni say threshold aba kona ko hear what is going on ni kunu no and toka adere omo marriage mu say de nto bo ha out of here on pese obi so be dey friend dey out of how to call it out of into no so eto honum say ontimi nkoka nchiro bia na what the hihye no ho e ma be pray so go through some abusive relationship no ebi wo ho so sweetheart enye physical obi wo ho so we have the emotional part emotional
that is even worse
that emotional one at the end the sweetheart verbally papa uremu na edidi atem my sister what to her one okasa one o body di kwapa na atian no a yelly on you e de ben okasa one to nyame na be bodua e na wo be hu de nyame be ye o be nam abonte na ka bo my sister please what worry oba woni oba ate na woni mu hwe se wo boni dua eduabo woni se eduabo e nante eduabo na wo boy oba no eduabo ne be nante so oba ne nya wo hwe a eduabo ne be nante aba wan kasa wo so what goes around comes around e be nante na aba wan kasa wo so be ma bi wo ha answer be ma no yiri sika to go to the market to buy groceries my sister answer ye bi sika na be ma okra di atem na wo beje ye be yiye oria no atu scanner ball oria na wa ye de watu scanner ball wo se ji nafa kokoto obo ha another way of friend emotional abuse and say nipa kono dey be threaten no and wo behu one day me the sika be wo me kum afiri wiase ne nyina ye ho atọ hanum say what hanum say wo ha me wo tete me wo ye me say my brothers my sisters enti edia na wo aware ma wo ne wo partner muntimi ntina se enkasa bonsam benya na ba betina mo marriage mo just say communication muntimi ntina se and solve it. Some of these problems can be solved, but there is no communication. Oba ne bema no they've decided so omo nkasa omo yenko but omo tifie ba ko because of the kids obo ha because of the kids obo ha wone bema na to fie na bom enti there is no way so obi to afifie bema no so beka so no so to fie no enti there's no way ono so beto abom ebi wo ha they are living in the same house with their spouses but omo nda dan ba ko obi ada we da living room we da bedroom. Shika me pacho wa share your platform no so
me pacho ai my
mama because me who comment appear mediums.
Oh sir.
Yeah.
Nia AC ni say minia. There's something I want to draw our minds to. We all are aware of all these telltale signs. But one thing that I always want us to talk about when we're educating is to go to the root cause of the problem. Now, here it is. Say, Emma, any memena, wushia bema, wushia oba, na mobeko relationship mu a. Omo a eya no omo ye abusive no. Omo what's our characteristic traits ya ye ken no. Eya na the signs are written boldly on the wall. But ye man ne mema ni nyina no. We don't have eyes to see. What am I saying? Upesa on ne bema enanti waba besi upe. Relationship no start ye nanti no start ye dating ni mu no. Mukofa taxi mu kokro. Ewo Kumase. Me example. Krom na mo no. Taxi driver si obeji 50 Ghana. Matena taxi nim. Ukoye mako spend the time bebre wa traffic mu. Menka say driver no di bi mo, but it is the how enipa no is reacting and dealing with the situation in America. The signs are always there. Enti no nipa no esi obeji 50 Ghana man nanti mu traffic near the 2 hours. Mukodru baby amoko no driver ni si o. Ma waste me time pa anti no. Ebe ya mo fa 10 Ghana nka ho. Na enye 60. Eye no kre. Ese that wasn't the original contract. Musi 50 Ghana no penny ye. But ensese ye bufu nti o boyfriend no ne buafu wako hodi taxi driver no emia ne konwa ani a sister esese wo hu sese ni pay. He has anger issues because asem enya asem bia eno no esese ye bufu a etra heaven a ukoso obi konso okomia over 10 Ghana cedis. Eno ya de edikan. Be man na woni na twempena na woni na nante. How does he treat a man or more in life? Ne mame, ne sister, ne namfufu, ne classmate or more in whom or more in life. How does he treat them? Kasakras, or if he's talking about other women, or the boni ni more ba, and I say, or kasa in a derogative manner, edi di matem, oh, ne kasa emo. Sister Adam, me person obubo telltale signs na. Eye man ne mema ni nyina ewo ho say ye oba na ekofa bema say ye bema na ekofa ma omo ye abusive no omo wo niema wo mo ye ewo ye ni ase ya gani say ya ye betimi ehu no na me ye take decision wo ho but we fail to do so.
Okay, me da say minia science ne de e do so bebre bema onya phone call pe one efrel Mame hwe o phone na to say obehwe obi o frel or control your phone and a men pese you wo on social media men pese wo on sister to sister men pese wo on platform way because omu brainwash men pay way what nipa kone ni jesu. If that is where the woman finds happiness at we den and it's also catch is say umpese obewo ho. And maybe wo ha surprisingly, omo mo ka share ma say me pese me hu on a platform like this, a platform like that. No. They are also on social media. Until umpese obane was social media. But wo be man no who on social media and I will send and call for private message inbox catch say you want to be friends with them. Can you be my friend? Me, I'm single, I'm this. Most of those people who don't want their wives and their girlfriends and they're about to come on social media because they're also on social media doing what is not right. Because if you're on social media, if you trust that woman, just leave her liberty. More freedom. She loves to be on social media. She has every right to be on social media. It's not because you are married to Obi. Say, it's not a right. You have your rights. You also have their rights. We all have equal rights. You do what pleases you. What pleases you. Maybe you don't want to be on social media. Maybe I want to be on social media. Let me take myself as an example. I'm married to a man who doesn't like social media. And so no, he himself, he's not on social media. But me boho se meter. But he loves what I do on social media. For instance, when I got dressed up, I was like, oh, do you like this? Also, it's very nice, it's beautiful. Ale, go. You know? And see, Bema won't pay social media. He has his reasons, only time. And he's always busy. When he's our time, no, and I English crowd, when you're English man, and see French man, or be pet near crown poem, if I say, tell it all, or be pet there. A platform be a who the or be pay and on one casa will need time. What I say, but me shall mix platform, me shall tell it all, me shall tell it moms, me shall miankasa media sister to sister. You know, and see what I do, he loves what I do, and he also knows that he has to give me that freedom to do what I do. That is what we call Bema or Ma or bad space to do what you want to do. And we are one. Secondly, Bema says, Moko Eko Didi Ewo restaurant. So when you go Didi, share attitude. Nipa kwa no babe serve ono, or tepi nipa kwa. And I said, or many pacono, the amount to be paid or claiming a balance. Yentemna family sika breme, me payment system. And I said, or catch any pacosa, you can keep the change. When you na ye near me also wash efa bema. So when I say bema, or claiming the change, no can any brainer, or tianti and the pacosa yentem family sika breme. I was a woman say, beme, so wouldn't be sika sama, nasam sikasam edin, because we will be a ninsamo crampo engo so beche obisika. Bema say how does he like maybe I would training bibi crampo say on share we say ma say time be na otimi nya ma e chirechiro mu so oh we say so almost a bema ono nkasa crampo onya time ma no one kasa chirechiro sa de na wona na ware and then the best campo said, Bema, your baby nya amount to love you. Sweetheart, how does he treat his sisters? Or no one can siblings, or crocromo, and answer what ye one in the siblings, do they talk or no makasa? Because Bema bo honey in your munayaka, or no biancasa on a butium. And Bema one in Busia phone or in the Pabako crampon casano. Sister, I was a share you. And there is understandable because family matters here. You can be with a sister and when you was she you will not talk to her for some time. But Obia won a busium from head to toe. If there's a five siblings thing now no mean so no their fault, no. Bema to say, what catch an old friend of campus will call baby grandpa, none Nebuefu, man can't trust a man coho. Men pesa obeko honum say, men pesa obey say, hey, this a one casa crampa, you are going to see or be our person you want to see, and I said, oh, person will call baby, you want to go, and no crampono, on worry or crampono, men pet. Just say, Bema, he's always complaining, Shika, he's all everything or complaining, be anyone and this so. Be anyone and this so. Until when you now sign say, say Bema wouldn't call relationship where I got to end up in marriage. My sister also was shown who should be.
Sister Adama, yeah, address the point he be near and try and come also. Sister Aisha say, men who monitor your whereabouts, they want to know where you are all the time and insist that you respond to all their calls and text messages immediately. They might show up just to see if you are where you are supposed to be. That is not love. Hell no.
Well, that is nonsense. I'm sorry to use that word. Nonsense. Because sebi. So pesadia onto camera and see me through. Me na mabontia na me camera na wato no. Na esi mapampam na record me. Because me sorry to say I don't have that time to be responding to those messages. Or no, osano. You should also do the same thing to him. Not sure how he would react. Or because I won't take no. When you call him all the time, just as he does to you, and ask that he puts the phone on camera. Because I hope so who be what they for a day, not shed your do unto others as you want others to do unto you. So I dare when him say the yena and yena no more no son the more fun yaw uncle, more fun yaw ba. And maybe so soft nothing. And maybe so nothing. I'm a member and then yes, freedom no mo ye mosa. Because me tia say oba wako school. Wouldn't then see a do school. A do school said a bed when you be. There's a reason why parents edu school. Said a bear, you know your rights as a woman. And to say wako school, you can read, you can write. Obi a wati village, mo crampo say 1 year sadiem. Obi oti village crampo training kunu say on a rice. Now they are what ho. Na say bibie ni ho a wo tre be me say it's a school I will call you and for so basso and for so beyond that school. What one what city when you have no happiness, you are lifeless. What to her? Why is it remote in your control you? Remote. And then
Sister Aisha say, emotional abuse na near can. Or say they blatantly call you stupid, a loser, or words that are too awful to repeat here. I can't stand some men with this kind of attitude. How can you call your lover stupid? But a man in a penisel. A man ya penisel ya jitum unse. Makasa same way that says Sister Adami. Obi shiao. Send ya wankasa. Ube package wo ho. A present ya nipa no. Ese wo do. Any temasro nko edema wo ho no. That is how the other person would also learn to appreciate and love you for who you are. Unse wankasa no. Se wo no ho. Wankasa no uni confidence wo wankasa me nua ba dama osi he na ni adin si wiase he be ma wo wai no me bona baso because sister on so so nsɛmfo nso won pen kwase asɛm enti se be ma no one ne wo ho no so won ti ne ho ase se adama ti we she knows who she is enti won here obi a validation ohia se bema na be validate ne se Adama we your besima onu a wote ho no wonim nipa ban a woye but me hu ne se emma bebre no enkeka ne se oba bi a wenya 35 eko 40 won ware enti na esese lower ne standards so na ofa bia asa enye sa wo beka wonye obia enti wakosua bema yi di watem wasori anopa a woji so tro osumiem anopa wi anwumra anadwo osiw so pampampan wo ma wonye hwe ukọ adwuma wo se won pese obekọ adwuma wose wo pese wo tena fie won pese wo benya adamfo won pese wo bedi nkomo wo phone so won pese wo behu social media so ne ye hyehye mra we nyina ma wo na wo si hu a sister what is wrong with you sister Adama kasa.
Sweetheart, what's my work in the work has the power? Surprisingly, I received a lot of messages from young girls. Was okay, my boyfriend or her, and the guy cheated on me, and I who said he cheated on me, and I could be any phone, and on me coin or bore me, and he came back, and then he sent me guy in a bone, and they went their separate ways. Please, should I call him? Or should I send him a message to tell him that I'm sorry? And I'm sister. So what sound trust that message we bring me and me and the message be abebu. Into a bit say we a rag. He doesn't need you in his life. I don't know what's up. Who about so? Me say beautiful woman like you. Bema, just a woman jaw. Who a jaw. He's the one at fault. No, to mean the power cho. One na wo san ko pana cho. Pourquoi? Adentia. Adentia, I say I didn't hear my share, me so more managers. I remember be ha man ya pamper mu too much. And they think say to say bibia omoye eniema kwampa enya kwampa na e man mo pamper mu. My sister, say be ma yew ade na say enya wo da. No matter what no, kasa kire no say enya wo de. Because nipa ko no sebe wonye osro abafo no ehu ne ekoso wakoma mu. Say ne do ye wo, aye wo de wo, anya wo de wo. Obe taking a bad obe taking a say o ka kire na obe ja asuturo wonja asuturo ade a hawa wakoma you have to talk e wo say wo kasa bia wakoma mu ka kire ni bakro enti be mai a kire wo say wone wa kontaka what in a baby for days for weeks on frewa wo say please I want to go to his place and go and beg. You beg for love. Since when did we beg for love? You don't beg for love. People have to come and beg you to be loved. I was saying, for back, watch also more do. Now, so one who can go be at also would don't even cry. Sweetheart, them and won't boo or worry won't boo all the time. Obey your time, what this because on the phone or by panacho.
Self-esteem and social pressure is causing some of these problems. 35-year-old not married is not the end of the world. Hey, sister Dama. Now no Thursday, 31st, metiwe. No menya 40 years. Mini kunu mewu. Who have many me this here? Do I look like somebody who's dying? Mewu.
My sister. Sa semini de emma e wo say ye ma ye ni eye din ye ni free sa de no so because obi ba be gina ho e catch 35 say 98 kwa na won ware ye fa no ho ben what life in a life what life in a life live your life because would di society would di omo pressure chia sister one sha no akọware akokra bi anesia tutu a woto wona woto ho anesia tutu no wona woto na wo kwakọ fitness ne sia tutu no na kwakọ tena ho because that pressure na wo society no obi be ka say na wo ya abrewa e na wona fofo nyina aware you don't compare your life to others sweetheart. Never compare your life to others. Maybe so down for now. She sees something in you that she also wishes or no so benya. Say. Don't think say Obia Wawari is having a happy marriage. Sometimes you should read people's status and go for WhatsApp status and then go for messages that they put on their Facebook statuses. You realize say some people they use those expressions to express themselves. Sometimes a week in a message or send a platforms now on a cheating man. She's going through that. She wants people to console her, but she only wants to read other people's minds. Messages and comfortable no so they are far journey. Men now and my society and dictate and show said and now ya browa and now why you say nyame de bibiama nyame our ball wouldn't no my sister I believe so if you are one for be crampa sabi or ma wo akọ eja omma or ma worry or ma worry in term no one no picture you are happy seeing it she can't any girl be a meaning together mommy e worry you very nice lady because of abusive marriage mommy yewu akọ eja na ma e wo ho enti my sister men massa society the pressure ne there ready and can me party and come and worry and can be because of societal pressure there and then can nipa kono and ko be bipa because can mean fee because met na ha say God's time is the best nyame and hihye bibia ma sometimes God is even protecting you from be me bia ko oba wa kwan mu a oba be ma o life from bia e bi kwa next year kwa nkan be to but nyankopon be protect you. Sometimes what meet now, Nyankopon hihye Nyankopon hihye bibia kama wa hihye mrama ebia in the next 6 months my sister ebia wo be hia be ma bia wo ware ya boom wo be wo ba ni nyina nyame hihye Ya wana fofo ma ware awo akwaje omoma ya wo bi muso so ma ware no me divorce omo te ho ma ka se hwe omo ba nti ni nyina e wo ho nti don't follow the crowd, don't follow what people are doing, be yourself, have your own personality. What what you should do, as I talk to you, say no, is to work, be empowered. Why you juma wuti mi ho? Anya bia wuti mi ho asa won ko ba ahyawo.
Then
Be mo bia ntimi be juma nkeka nkwase some insurance wa ma uska. Wuti ho, be ma no say won ni ko on a date kwampa Charlie, well you 1 penny 2 table, so you can also put 1 penny on the table. Or show wow, this is oba yeah, oba there. I have to even watch out my words. I have to know how to talk to this woman. And yeah, same piana. I will say a free man, no Emma, me there, make a chest out oba we say. Nti be man no crampo no. Also crampo, won't share mema phone. Sebi won't share mema phone. Who share mema mo so abobra. Be man no so pe oba to say wa, ene na ye den abobra.
exactly.
You understand? It's that there. Men how cry. You know?
Hamio, sister, hami na sem kana make me di yam fatu ho de akere mo mu guade so mo hwe yen se e man na mo wo mu 20s ni mu 30s mu a mama aware na yeso sister obeka se aware ne ye ware de akọ heaven aware he muko ye wu ni akọ heaven baby aye akọ there is no marriage e wo heaven ho asasi so ha e no we hie obi a ne maame awo no awo so maame awo wo na mo tena na mo hwɛ sɛ mo betimi abɔbra na mana yeyi a na nti sɛ nipa yi nti saa adeɛ bi sɛ nti no nkɔfo bi ayɛ so desperate sister Adama ɛno ana sister Manya ɛka wɔ ha kokɔ see I think the issue of abusive relationships has everything to do with how the relationship starts in the first place because most women pretend to be what they are not just so that they can get the men to stay with them adenti necessary woyɛ bibi a wonyɛ me ti hoi me body na uhu menye nipa tia menye size 0 me no nsa me how should I say it menye your friend is me nshi draw to enti se me koshia wo bi a we saa de we ya I am never ever in my lifetime going to pretend say I'm any of these things because I'm not me ti hoi me nan ya me de begina mokasri pencil hill 6 inches so me ntimi nyo. It is our baby son, you are in the wrong place, and I'm not going to change for you.
I know, sister, won't pair or bema or num cigarettes. I know that.
Sister, miti hui, ya muhui, me na ya natural, me mfa nku bi ankan senya tie no, eye saa na tie. Me mfa nku nka ma obia, me di nku nka na me mekua sika, me pese me di nku nka me ti. Enti na me di nku nka, but I will not change for anybody. No.
That's it.
Senya ubeto ye no. Upatra ho. Umpa. Waka pass. The way is your front. Enti ma say ye be value ye ho. Ye the value na wo oba no. Wo de beto wankasa wo ho no. Eno ene nipa no. On say ye si kru wa wo de be susu ama wankasa wo ho no. Sa kru wa kro na na be ma no so ono nso di be susu ama wo na sa wo bu ho abomfia e sa wo nya obia you're nothing wo ho nya fe wo ho ne nya pointer me the African nose so wo ho se na esitie onyankopon hwe me no hwe se nose se na etie ya na me hia na metimi ahome oxygen na ma so me eno nti na odi nose ya ma me nkosesa ne nensesa na kina se na metia na metie. Take me as you find me and answer waka pass. Minua ba kasa.
Okay, so as ma okay me be kan kakra fa ho concerning say who change it to please your man. And you don't have to change completely. My be man so hu say won't mean change you completely. Ade a wo pe na yes, ubetimi aye. But enema bi o ha also be ye ama na ni age. For instance, when him say you have a man who loves maybe he loves African wear. You can be wearing African wear to please your man. The when him say say ni na ni je ho a obetimi de no so aka me a wo pair already no ho to please him. But say who change 100% just to please him. Now jai wa that means wakasa kwamba you don't have any personality.
Just sister Adama, nyana make a cry and say, "Who say who share a African wear because we him say who kunu pe African wear, and I say be why makeup because we him say who kunu pe makeup." And nyama ya okay, they are not things that are going to change anything fundamentally about me. Say nyama me pes me body no physically net ye. But me a koko be masi oba ye tuntum. Me nkofa bidie event trimenim. Except me pese me ye tuntum because be man buy no oba koko no oba be share. Wo pe pointed nose. Me nkofa hwan silicone bibia nkwahye me hwene. Ese me pese me ye plastic surgery na me nya pointed nose. Se ne be ya be ma bedomi. Wo pe oba wo ye size 8. Me nso me ye size 20. Enti no me nkoku me ho nkotwa mafu nkoto baabi na me nkofa bag bi mehyehyɛ baabi se ne be ya me ye slim tin sama na ba bepe. Me twa ma me ankasa me health ne me well-being say me mu ayedu enya ma me health nti me pese me twe. But don't come into my life and want to come and fundamentally and many people who sister Adama a health implications. And maybe see ye pema or moto egu o machi bebre. Enti say abaso o Ghana and kofu bebre na ye plastic surgery this silicone bag shisha yeto. Sene be ya yeto no be ye na omwape sene ameto ne tie na abehia ye no. Wompa walk pass. The way is your front. A man na wo pe na omo wo sa na ema ne bi no. Omo gu abontin bebre kokko fe no. Sister Adama, what's the difference na si ade a eba affect.
Na two difference na se pa. Ade what say a mass so one. Sisters, you can kill yourself. Or baby or how, or my cat to say, and then you couldn't say, seven, no for no, or pen no for Cassia. Brand is share with them. I will not for to sank at all of a sudden, or per friend day, or per watermelon. How is that possible? How is that possible? And maybe sometimes I am it's an answer junior. Me say okay. And see, blame me. What I show no him say friend day line or no for to sank at and then no bit also up a watermelon and up a saw to ye kesiye and I we say. My sisters, so once na say na one share ya. Obeka ko ye nneema bi a ekina oba betina ho be new. Be as a man mo ko tattoo just to please their men. In case of divorce, what to tattoo no untimi nyi free hobby. Na ewo ho. Wo afi they will say I want a natural remedy to remove it. Remove it saying and then is that the only way to prove to a man say we don't know? Me Adama, obejina aka tell me say okay, open slim body. Me nkonko slim na me nya. Make us say we share me na me yobolo. Me who share me say ya na me tie. Nya dia me ba be. Ebia me ankata me I want to slim for my health. But say me slimming just for me kunu to be happy no. Say na me sit here. Make us say this ana wo me no. Sa na wo me a wo say wo pe me. Enti na obejina aka tell me say my yes. And luckily for me ni sa nipa ni bi sa na in my life mom dear. But say me nya bibi sa in my life and me respond na pa. Make us or kasa share me say and yes it's not disrespect to a man because I remember be or her when one she ya and you say be me me ka share na you say sister was say me dey me pay or ba say a friend was say hono emusu enti kona koye operation kona koye surgery na ye ma e hono enye kese e ma me for what
Imagine
edie ben aden nti sa be ma no wan hu hwe wo ho a eye ne de a eye ne fese e ho e na wo koye sa operation wo koye operation be tena ho a na afi de wanya complication what ho na just a walk cramp so cramp you can't do anything anymore was I me you cramp you are not active me here say check cramp what the what the hono I don't like sending we sit here no my sister yen hwe yi
Sister Adama, a shout out to all my viewers. Auntie Ya, Honorable PK, Sister Aisha, Ekuamua, Cindy, me mamu nyina kwaba, Missy, me kasa me bodi ni nyina, me mejijabi, enti me chia mu nyina, Sheila Majo, me chia mu nyina, Sibyl, mu nyina, mamu nyina kwaba. Auntie Ya make point bi wa ha, me pese ye addresses our point. Or see, hopefully, the men are also invested in pleasing their women. It appears sometimes that all the work falls on the woman especially because of our culture and where we are from. Sister Adama, sɛnea yɛka yi a wosi wonim sɛ wo kunu pɛ African wear a wobɛhyɛ na wode please wo kunu. Ebi a me nso so no, bɛrima no a ɔba me life mu no, wanya bankulicious afuro. Na afuro de n'anim dɔ so ɔnyinsɛn no ɔnsoa da. Na fu wanya pot belly ekura no kɛseɛ paa. Esi nneɛma ho kwan. Ɛma me ne nhyiaeɛ no, emu kora nkɔ yie. Wɔno nso so ka sɛ nya size 0 no. Ntwe. Na sɛ ne ɛbɛyɛ a me ho bɛyɛ nakɔno ne ade no. Ɔno nso so no, is he also prepared to do the same thing? Because in pii no ho, mmarima no bɛ set standards bi a wankasa koraa wote wodwen ho a wotumi sɛ standard yi wontumi accomplish wontumi nyɛ ɛyɛ impossible but ɔpɛ sɛ woyɛ but ɔno nso so ne ɔno nso bɛyɛ ɛbɛma me nso m'ani aka deɛ ɔno mpɛ sɛ ɔbɛyɛ. Mɛma wo example. Mpɛn pii yɛtete social media so a yɛyɛ education about marriage and relationship no. Da bia na ɛma n'ase bɔm ɛne ɛsɛ ɔmo kɔ hohoro ɔmo ase ɛne wo nso so wo bɛrima no wo nso so wo deɛ na wo nso so wo deɛ na ɛwɔ hɔ no wo nso so woyɛ ho deɛ. Wo sɛ term bia no yɛnyɛ culture no ɛdi mua da bia yɛbɔ mma akyi ɛna ɔbaa yɛ sei ɛna ɔbaa yɛ sei ɛna ɔbaa yɛ sei. Mmarima no nso so it is high time sɛ ɔmo nso so ne yɛbɛbɔ ɔmo nso akyi bi na ɔmo nso so ne ɛsɛ sɛ ɔmo yɛ no ɔmo nso ayɛ ama yɛn nso so yɛn nso yɛn ni agye saa na ante yɛ a wɔka. Me nua kasa.
Oh, asɛm a wɔka no deɛ no korɛ. Mmarima no so wɔn ɛna ɛyɛ ɔmo sɛ de bia monya mmaa mobɛtena ha mo te sɛ moyeyɛ mmaa na mmaa yɛyɛ sei. Si yɛso si yɛbɛtena ha ka mo deɛ a my brothers ebia end of January ka na yɛn kasa nwie. But out of respect for men no, I think say yɛn kasa bebree ɛnkasa ɛntia mo mmarima no. We'll just respect you this evening. But just to let you know say Oba a obehyia no who say you never have a complete wife. Everywhere sabi ebi a wo bema no but you have a very bad breath. Wakasa jama wanum bon. Mami ontimi nkan tro sa wanum bon. Wakasa bia na wakata nani gas na efa no hwene na no. Ade wakata nani yese isimilahi. Na wotwe nani ahwe baby because wakasa no wanum bon. Ba also so wanum bon no de bia wo pesa ofina no. Obebia no aba ho obebia ho obesa otu oye na no that's what we have brave but it's a same to cry every one no emu oshi
Obeyi kole lagu mini.
Oh man but out of love na mami akata na ni na just to please you now aye nti ne man ketenkete bi ha e ma so we sacrifice yen kan hyremo yetie yen kan hyremo nti mo so enye bibia na eye mo say se mo that you are 100% right. And I want to hope say better you also say or baby to me change be ma so especially mo we kakaka na you know e baby change omuku on that pani ukuno mane ko diet we type na wo mpe efu twedetwe and I say every day me re fit title no I was even yes efu twedetwe to say obi a wonya koshoko ai twa na numa wonim say ade a wona na ma bonte a wo be fere a wo mbe so obi hu say ukunu ni a my sister, if you can help this guy to reduce weight, it's good for you. And yes, and said, "Oh, arena, monam abontia, wanam ha." No,
sometimes you know it is about the willingness of the guy. Some of the men are not even willing to change. Willingness, no, and only willingness.
Yes, but then I make us some are willing to change. And maybe hard, they accept it when they love the woman. Or baby to me setting the standards. Also, look, if you don't reduce weight, me sorry, I can't marry you. And if the guy truly loves the woman, or because say, okay, and he will try his very best, or by BBC with the diet. Until he reduces weight, or and now open me a family, won't pay me a family, okay, open me a family, won't pay me a sister, also won't pay na Uncle, so nante na wenye obi a obetena se adwene say e man nyina you are speaking the same language into I also hear them e was sisa.
But sister Adama na esie ne say e bia nipa no wuhia no na enya saa na otie. Wuhia no na nafuni e flat pa. But time happens. Send ya na nyina ye sisi so ye tie. Nya saa na body ne tie change ye nyine no na ye sisa. Okay, nti wo nso wanyini wafu abedwa, but the fact of the matter is say enya ma wo health no nti esese wo ye ho bibi ukoka kire be ma na osi ame de me se wo nso ye nyina na ye nyini mafu aye sa wo nso fa ne sa ye na wo nso wo ye wo nso wafu adoa ne nti ye ne nyina ye mfa ne sa.
Oh, and then the sister with the some with the enya some head cry control his diet. Who know ye dia no kitchen. I was a who e dia na would be manage. Say bia anajo banku na oye mana hu say anajo he should switch from the banku to eating light. Na anajo why you may why nice salad bia mano. Salad some ne we salad now the say what the veggies are decorating a camera no the aba ma papa na wadi. Oye we say for some
Ebi mu ni o.
What the time about can send be Arab ni mami bi. Mami ni meduane no ase. Also oye or the salad man ni kuna nyimra. Ni kunu ba ni kunu say okay, what's next? No, so what's next saying? Wasn't the salad now dinner? That's the dinner. Papa ni so he thought said that was just the starter. Now what trying say mami ni the real eduane ne beba edi. Enti sometimes no mema no mum say bi mo de wo be cost raba from kwa o mo nsesa no there's nothing you can do. On sa nipa bi say no. Say not here. Obi also so maybe out of love or he say how. So Becca say he will give it a try. So bwana, we encouraging her, he will do it.
Sister Sylvie say, love yourself first. Be positive and think highly of yourself. No man will make you fulfilled and valued, regardless of the material things showered on you. Do not empower them to use you as a punching bag. Fight back and speak up. Covering up will not make them love you anymore. You are worth more than a few sugar-coated words. Sister Sylvie, I love you so much. You said it, you are on point. You are on point. Binti minka bikra and kani okanye. Sister Alberta also say it's all about the men. We women can pamper ourselves. Some women do tattoos to their body because they love it, not because of any man. Well, that is fine. But if you're sure, say you're doing it for yourself and not because there may be a show so say kwakwaya diaminia. Any no. Sister auntie, I say don't buy pressure for yourself because of any man. Men ko top yale blood pressure and mount because of yale. Sister Adama, we talked about abusive relationships and I found and May are talking about women being empowered and women knowing who they are and valuing themselves and all of that. May come back to Assembly C September. No. Aye nyina ye ba social media so be soon. Aye areho ne ese film sem. Na mabisa wo say wohwɛ saa situation no a ɛsi no young woman, beautiful woman with a bright future bibia kosoma no wohwɛ mu kora bɛrima kora na ɔbaa no kora ne san hwɛ bɛrima no kora so ka na brabo because bɛrima no no one hyɛ da nyɛ adwuma bi ɔsi wɔyɛ nyame asɛm kani but he didn't have a job ɔbaa no na hwɛ no okay masɛm ne sɛ ɛtɔ da bi nso so a ɛyɛ ana ɛfrɛ ne sɛ religious institutions ɛne abusua ɛne community no saa social pressure no ɛnyɛ no nso bi na sometimes yɛn na epiapia mmaa yi bi ɛkɔkɔ toto saa te bia no mu because wohwɛ sister Barbara asɛm yi a wɔkɔ kakra kyerɛ obi sɛ ne kunu pastor bro na ɛmaa dodoɔ sɛ na ɛbɛgye de there's so many pastors' wives wɔn tete awareɛ mu a yɛ kunu mu bo yɛ ɛbo wɔn mu ɛnso wɔn ntumi nka.
My sister, say bibia say uwo ma wona wonim ade a ekoso e wo aware wona you know how you feel and senia ade ni see how wabrab bibia mekan your life is always in your hands. If you are married to a pastor, now we are pastor's wife, na pastor ne bro. Na say wonim say wo koka che nipa nkrofo njindia, you can walk away. So walk away Opel baby got na mami so pamo se fie ne na ne dia fie ne dia bibia ne dia na da ye san ye me yapa ne se emma hu omomobo eye omo san de no omo na ba biom ebe tete emma no ungratefulness ungratefulness. Most of these men, so I'm abusive, and I work out to a money be brave, wow, Obwana, Nani be fit, and I be big a crab in someone, or say, you are not worth my class. When you meet Tipan, when you me soba, when you saw dear, you go boa dear sing, say. My sisters, so wouldn't him say, what the catcher be now in your solution, a woman, sister. And then I make us a way, you man, with me be brave, you should learn to walk away. Because some abusive relationship, go her. Yabeka, she, and your solution, so was swallowed near man, we're free when I want to. Because remember, be her, be a beast, omunye nipa. Send ye city nipa. And yes, son or moment here and with living with the women here. So no, what the call counseling, what the call deliverance, what the call bibia, what the call him, but they call Jerusalem esambra on san. Ni otia not here. On the decide to say, oba said necessary. Oba said oba has to be treasured. Oba said was our respected oba. On the end oh, I said bear fe pade ni yibo oba. To him no oba you have no say ewa warim bibia your friend just shut up and stay in there. My sister, don't shut up and stay in there and yet by force. Oh worry obi our is a union between oba and bema that you've come together out of love to stay. But sa worry so violent what to honor any GBA now what to all yet me say won't mean straight. When something is even funny, no, be a Israel, won't mean your heart is heavy. Your heart is heavy. Nipa ebusa wasema ure finia wonkoma wone nkofo boy because we are then when inche. My sister, look, be bold enough and be that kind of woman. I would me catch her who said yes, Bema no me jail. I've dropped that bag. What dropping it? Bema no. Say Bema or Titi, what is that kind of a and there's no solution now. Learn to drop it. Drop it and walk away and be free.
Sister, Manya Koko, or say exactly what I'm saying, my dear. Be who you are. The right man will stay. Don't alter your life, your journey, your purpose just because you want to marry. You can compromise on not so many fundamental things though. I say you cannot compromise on fundamental things though. If you alter your entire life just to keep a man, you will have to act up till you die. Because the moment you try to start to change to your original self will be the end of your artificially peaceful relationship. Sister Idea, bombs pa now they to hosano, and it is the truth. Be who you are from the very beginning. Obi ban will be shia me mekuya sisia. Send hey. This is the package. Take it or waka pass. Very simple. Me and
I love that.
Me mesere obi bi na medi. Me nyame adom. Me nsa tani. Mitimi de ye adwuma ema me nsa koma no da bia. Enti no wo ba ma brabo mu no. Wonim nipa ban a me ya wo ba. What I can tolerate, and in ntimi tolerate no. The ground rules will have to be set. No na kofu fanse mi nyina de ba sister Adama is because yeah man. And I'm see I desperate for relationship nti and set ground rules bia o. O cheati. E bia me ware na obejai. When be ma na nante ebufu aba. Mwapia ko baby na ne bufu yi na wabɔ wasum. He slapped you for the first time. Ebi kura wo maame ne wo papa o mu ba asase so me te hey. My father has never, ever, and I'm almost 40 years, lifted ne nsa say, the kokro, ni set ne finger, ni nail say, that's what they come at that. And so me te hey, bisuro me papa kura say me maame, time ani so no. Wenim, wo ye bibi na se nya ho. Na ni tu bi o de be hwe na look no nko abeka kire o se sa de ya me ye. Se me nyaye a ne beba nye. Me maami anada bia ode bankuta ne ho nkro ne ba etwitwa ye na ho no ho ebeduru ba bi yesi ho adien ye adien ya no be nya bankuta no de bebo ye mo ye obu ye nkra ye be ye ne be ye. So enti sa niema na telltale signs no wo ho when na ye no we twa wasum owi anu abekoto apaucho. I don't know what came over me. Now they are channel. Next time enye sotro biom. Efe no ade ne belt. Ene ba besi wo so. Ede baabi a yede hihya buckle no. Saa end no. Wade abrim wachi ene ama ho nyina papai na ekura ye wo. Na eno nso waba. Eno de obeto flowers kra ka ho. Ni abepa ocho. Sister Adama, sister bi kan asem bi kire me recently. Nka me yayare. Wɔse ɛtɔ da bi a wɔgyegye ne kunu na ma ne kunu bo fu na watwe abae si ne so abo no. Wɔbo ne wie a ɔbɛpa ne kyɛw na ɛkyɛw pa ne mu no na kyerɛ sɛ adie bi nso akɔ so na ayɛ dɛdɛhyios nti no wɔno ɔpɛ borɔ no paa ɔno ahyɛ daa gyegye no ama no bo no sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a wɔn mpa mu ne wɔn nna a mu asɛm no bɛkɔ yie. Comment.
Okay, man so honestly, minim nea meka afam because a man bi so wɔ ha a ɛwɔ sɛ obro mo paso anso mo ho aba. Man minim titi ye minim so I don't know if I have to call them women and I say omu free another planet because say ye bro obebo ha obu no na ni gi won paso a e na ono so obeda she will give it to you. Man honestly minim baby omu free. Minim baby omu free. Na say oba so oba bi so wɔ ha me say ni kunu no oba jata ni kunu ti se oba na kasa pe na to say ɔwɔ kwa no aka wɔde no ho ahyɛ kuntum osuro ne yere because ne yere no ne yere na no kwa esen gunshots because obi also so wosuro maybe am ya too much nti be ma bi so wɔ ha wosuro ne yere ano wosuro se ne yere ne be kasa asem be free na no bia e ba ba ye ade e be ma ne yema hye no nti ne ohu ne yere pe na ne yema hye no na wosuro ba na ɔte aware ni out of what enkwala ni nti anase bia woni baabi foforo ekọ exam iko si owiase mo
Sister
abuses ni bi so wɔ ha on saa ofrene dey emma bi so wɔ ha edoso chese wo oba a waware be ma no o se me enkohu abusuafo bi. You have no right to go and see your parents because you're married to the man. We're saying that we need time. You don't have to go and see your parents. End of the year, say, maybe from January to we say, won't call family home. What's it all? You want to go and see your parents with the kids. Bear man say no, me ma won't. Man ain't saying. Man ain't saying, bra. I didn't hear. Just give me one oba no koshiane he. On free ebusuamu no ko hu no ware and the better now. And our bano, so fan the ball as so campo or bushian. Into Obano, she has no right to go and see her parents. Oh, then I'm sorry. If I have to choose between my husband and my parents, I think I'll choose my parents and just say to my husband, say sorry. I'm that kind of woman. I love my family. I love my family very well. I also respect my husband very well. But Ben ma obet na me so. I can't say me ntimi nko hu mabusian for because my ware me na wona ebo bra me hu mabusuafo enjao enti dache me to na se bibi koto mabusuafo na se mete ho a for the rest of my life me ntimi enrevi ebe ha me aha me life for the rest of my life because I could have gone and seen my parents but me tie wa se man ko hu mabusuafo. It happened to some women as I talk to you. As I talk to you, it's the who is and maybe ain't mean ko hu omabusuafo because omukunu mo say mempese obekọ ahako hu omabusuafo. Please.
Sister Adama, well said. Josian, shout out to you. Some women beat men pa. A man and men abuse no nyefa bako. And maybe see a dangerous pa. But you see, Sister Adama,
man enro esoso ka ho. En kana ko. Oba bi wo ha wo te say opese wo ma be ma no yese Jimmy Tololo e wo ne so. Nti wakoje na edro. Wo te say wo gi na edro ni di. Na be me te say oka bibia be ma ni ntimi nkasa bi. Be ma ni parents they don't understand what is going on with the man. Almost any scar and I mean ajimi ko busa me yere. Ye busa ni bibia mami ko busa me yere. Mami kan tro. Funny thing When was that? Not even a month ago. Now Obi free hand say, call Ghana. And I'm afraid agents or them never free her call Ghana. And I'm catch so when Mobia or call Ghana, I would love say I would make one bag 25 kilo bag for the person and then I'll pay for the cost. Then if I call their car, I'm Ghana. Also, Papa be call Ghana. And I'm a papa. No, I'm saying, Pacho, me wo, me person me tria one bag, now me tria car airport, now their car, I'm Ghana. Missy Shika, me to us 10 minutes later, na papa na yere a friend. Edi phone ne man na yere. Edi man ni kunu. Was it Gina Kase? And na papa na say hello. Na say yes. No say eya hwan. Me pese me hu say one. Na so say my culture say maame o pese me de ne niam akọ na mame. Enti maame na ko bie papa ne phone so. Ehun say there's a new number wa frɛ papa no a woni. Enti was say papa na enkasa. And surprisingly, she didn't hang up. And to me, so I didn't hang up, and I'm in a phone soon. And I dear warrior papa no phone soon. She can me see me and if I can't the number, and I'm feeling since I'm a new way and member be cool mu ewo Abusive hand say. Na year and say, I didn't know what in the near me kwamano. Didn't see I also the near my command. Me the main claim on for baby and near man command.
Sister Adama, nyana me person me can say, this whole thing we're talking about, let me say we should find a name for it. Yeah, the abuser's creed. This whole thing na it's a whole process. Buko. Se man na omo kosa die we mu. Se man be waha. There are women here, I'm sure, who are listening to us who are going through this thing, but just don't have the confidence and the boldness to speak. This thing, it's a process. And I make kind of say right from beginning now we need nipa twimpana no. Or dan suban bi adi. But yen man no ne mema ne pepi no. We overlook all of these signs. What am I saying? When you be meshia at every hour of the day no, or person will account for baby awo. As I say unya hwe. And maybe free say, oh, he loves me so much. He wants to know where I'm at 24/7. What the toilet to swap a soft flower offer? Would Jare Crana se phone ne belly no one far when your money? Why didn't you answer the phone straight away? I've called you 50 times and I texted you 50 times and you didn't answer the phone and you boo for sister. Sa do betra heaven no. Me papa ne me mami omo do me pa and so they know say if you na do me no 7 a.m. omo time. To be a 1-2 o'clock or more time, no, me queer or more domicile, yes, yeah, means so me that. Until at that time, no, my parents will never, unless say it's an emergency, they will never pick up the phone to call me at that time. Until no, you see, you can love somebody, but you have to have time for your own self too, married or relationship or not. And no, and a man baby no controlling the start here. Yeah, fan say oh, he loves me. He checks up on me all the time. He wants to know what I'm up to and what I'm doing. Me can't say when you be trimp na me many panim frewu. But if this thing is like he wants you to give him blow by blow account of your life 24/7, sister, you have to consider and look at that issue. Brother, you have to consider and look at that issue. Maame no ne papa no omo ye osa no. Esese wo fa ho adwene. Nti ano ye process number 1. Efe ise ne ameka no, na bufuo niema bi a woye, ebu a wo ma ne ema omo ne family mu, ne maame, ne cousins, ne younger siblings, ne aunties ne ade. Those are all signs and things that women need to look out for. Okay, now progressive free ho. Efe ma betena na why comfortable say wanya we bi a waware anase wakoye engagement bi. Efe de na ade no. I started ye emotional anase physical. It depending on your tactical nipa no be use. Say wanya we. Enti obeka kire o sa adama. Oh, mommy, or Tabafi had too much. Oh, mommy, she's visiting us too much. I don't want your mom to be coming here. I didn't want to mean me and ninja where you worry. I then a debut, I will see if he has a catcher. Oh, mommy, visit near too much. Want to so. na wastarte pam nkofo na omo wo ho na omo ye won so safety net no na wastarte pam san nkofo no kakra firi wo ho emma jimifo bebre nso na wakaka kire ne maame ma sese ne ya ware foforo nti ni kuno sese ye wo honeymoon face nti on pesa obabi ba efie bebre nti no be ya ane ya na what visit no so Christmas time beba obefre fie ho ana ukunu we me yentia ukunu ma woni ho owo ho ote ho osi ma woni ho ontimi mma phone ho wa ye busy udi oba me ka kire na ma na frɛ wo wonfrɛ afe wonam fufuo ba sa girl na ohye pink dress no sa girl no waware osi debi wo ba osi debi osi I don't want to see you bringing that girl to my house again. I don't that friend of yours or a bad influence me pese wo beba ofie ha bio. One hunti sister Adam and Yamika ne say they will start a process. They say when you waware wo pam ho nipa enipa o mbetwa ho ahia se bibi ikoso ma ware enimu a nipa ne behu se na de na ode ye me nue de na ode ye madamfui de na ode ye me bai no watwe sankofo ni nyina pam o mu nyina afiri ho no wanya ho kwan aye wo ne opese wo de ye wo nti waye sa de ni nyina wie na se o se menkọ abonten bempie menye say don't have friends menye say ni nyina na fe wanya wawie no na wo kra wo ye hwan wo sori a ugina ho wa wo miensa hwe ne wafu aye hwe ne wanim nyina tantan a wa ya ugina ho we enti we hu ben na efe hu ben na akono and yeah man so no when all of these things have happened and all the people around you who elevate and empower inspire and motivate you have been taken away from you now na say no hu say wonye obia. The Bible says faith comes by hearing. Nti nea wotie no over and over and over and over again wo tiri mu no eno it starts to become real to you in your mind because the mind is a very powerful friend is saying organ away ho. It is a no sa record no an ye bochire you're nothing, you're worthless. Ukwa ho nyefe say wa wo miensa ho nyefe you start to believe those lies from the pit of hell. Na afei no slowly but surely no enipa ne break you self-worth ne esteem ne nyina your self-esteem is being completely broken to the point to say no you are completely and entirely dependent on Berman say when your person ye will be out in was already 3 a.m. That's also obey 3 rounds. What the bem SSA with the man one farmer no be brimu your besan ye kuregusu upansu upatiatium ukotiatium achire hwan. Say what pam ho nipa omo wo ho be two fu nyina afiri ho enti hwan na akwa akosu achire no. It is Sister Adama, it is a process. And it is something that we need to really educate our men and women about this thing. Amadiane start to say happen nipa ne control wo pese wo hu ni ekoso wa brabo mu tem bia. No one who telltale signs no and run before it is too late. Sister Kasa.
My sister, so wotie me na se wo be masoso a on de bibia wo se ebeka ne dia. My sister, you have to learn to say no when it's no. When you are tired to have sex with your husband, what bread na wuntimi a, my sister, no be jino so butu ho na menya na menkwa. My sister kasa mempene. Wompene a wompene. We ye nipa dasani. Sabi machines kwa ampo yeto machines kwa break it down. Na ye wu nipa dasani. Intimate na ho menya say be man wa waro ba won tall. Wa waro won tall. Won tall. When you slave, you are not a slave. We are a partner. I also understand you when you are not in the mood. So if you are not in the mood, that's what you are right, and that's what menses, what breath, now there, and that's what you're Juma because maybe so afraid Juma van Roberts and I said in the Mempacra, Roberts no red TV, not so no mama orders left and right. And I didn't name play on I and tell me them a pentimedity. Now, okra on your shade, on your day, on your shade, what it TV no dear TV no kwa na ore wo making sister jam also akoye adwuma ba o wa bre enkwala no wo ho enkwala no homework wo ho bibia wo ho and you are the one doing everything in the house. Let's also train these men to also be responsible at home, not only in bills, but also taking part in the duties a ɛwɔ fie. Woyɛ saa so sister, ɔno so hu sɛ ne wusi bra, na mu mmienu nyinaa ma bra. I think sɛ obɛgyina hɔ aka sɛ butu hɔ na menya wɔ yi no, obɛhu sɛ ɛbrɛ ɛwɔ. But sɛ wode wote hɔ, wabrɛ koraa, na wowura dɛm ɔpɛ, yɛbutu wato hɔ nom sɛ na wode wadan wɔ w'akyi na wode ama na. Ɛna wo na wososɔ ne so sister. Wo na wososɔ wo so. I think so baby a pɛ sɛ wonya ahoɔden enyini ɛbɛhwɛ ne ma. The fruit of a womb. So also babe enjoy the fruit of your womb. Now say what to her, now say oh yes say now the what brekra wouldn't say my bra, I have to relax her. Now the also he's my husband. If I don't do that, he's going out for side chick. It's because of one night no call for side chick. And then the super no sister. And the subaya is tarry no no. So if for one night, na say be my intimate nothing. Na wa brekwa na wutiatia wo se wo o te se wuntimi a na nani abre so ono de obeya. My sister, learn to say no when it's no.
Obodi ni ye wa odia and sa ennemu asem ne de eye bibia it has to be a mutually agreeable and an understandable experience. And yes will be the force no aba be. Eye bibi a nipa famienu no nyinaa no. Won say saa nneema ye kan nyinaa sister, it all boils down to one thing. Na me ya sister Jodo and ne woni ha. Or see, effective communication is so important and it cuts across relationship bia. Woni wo kunu, woni wo maame, omo ane omo ye adwuma, woni wo ma, obi a woni na ibo nhyiamu bia no. Effective communication is so important. Won say a man bebre no desperate na ye ninti no ye bu ye ni gu niema bebre so all the things that we see later developing in life in the marriages and relationship further down the line all these things are happening right from day one. But what bu ani aguso oh ene watia me oh bia na wabre oh dear let's forget it. Echina wabɔ w'asom. Oh, ebia ye mia na me ye man kasa nka wa mama so. Sister, nipa na woni ne ba betena no. Woni wonni akra wo ho. Say da bia moko. There are times when siblings mo issues na mo by the wayside and you find a way to patch things up. And for how long are you going to watch every word that you say to make sure say unko ka asem e betimi ama ne homo asore na bufu aba? That is just not real. Untimi nya saa. Relationship you can't be yourself in that relationship, no sister, brother. It is not worth even pursuing in the first place. Mimitiwe, sani making. Send ya wuhu me sa na metie. It's not I want to feel relaxed and comfortable in my relationship. Into a relationship, that's a comfort in him. Want to me relax you more. What is the whole point of you being with this person? Because this is person what would choose for the rest of their life, forever and a day. Only send the pain for how long can you pretend? For how long can you keep up appearances? Miniano mane mema. So discussion ye having. I really hope that enyema ye bubo sui edi ko 2021 mono. Mensa mette Barbara issue ibio in 2021. If men and women cannot begin to reason and use your head in 2021, and you're not sem. Because tem bia semi bibesi sister Adam ayebeba betena ha yebedi hu komo maka abusive creed no eno ana me dia ama mu controlling ene sa nneema nyina telltale signs ya ka and yet people still fall prey to these kinds of things. It is sister Adam say obi oba bi tie yen sesi na okwa relationship mu a edia be afutu edia be nneema na obekyeche nipa ne se wonfa nani nto fom na wonhwe se ne be ya wonkofa abuse bia ne mbetena.
Okay, so before say one abusers ni bi so wo ha omo form subane empia bontin shika eno so wo ho obi wo ha ono date na odi ni nyina besie o a French people say il va se maîtriser. or try his very best, controlling in everything. Who sense na what ba cry. But when you ramu say pet, now I start say. Into we a sister na sa wo hwemia. Anya bia say uka kokko relationship ma ehunu obi ne na in a month time also ye be ware. At least more up to 6 months. When is that 6 months there? Anya bia obeye emfomso adie bia no so beye emfomso adie bi. Ubehu little signs be what here. Say ni bufu a ubehu said you sit here. Usu bufu a ono so behu said you sit here. And also, Obabe, be curious. Obabe worry bema. Be curious. Ask people around. Usani subai. Enkofo money nache. Send a guy you sit here. Send on enkofa sit here. And the savior to say if you know any of his exes, no be penekwa catch send any subai sit here. It's all good. It's all good. So we share with me share be a with me catch send no sit here. Because any nenkwa no we share be say bim was a war no. What I say? Nti wo so eya wonya abotre na wo steady no wonya phone call say ne wo si kasa e wo phone so say ne wo si kasa e bia wonya phone call bi say ne e bia how he would end his phone call if he's angry with the person ni bu fu with me pakra or be end but does he cut off the person or hang up on that person and now say or share phone no kasa goodbye no cancel so all these are signs of we say ni pakro sit most of the bakoni before say not here on phone or hang it up on that person bing and I said before he says goodbye and then he hangs up. So when you know science and kids or no so issue or no issue now he's at fault. I want to call a panacho and that's on the power. Because I might be or her they don't know said Bema so he has to come and say sorry. Maybe there's a me why I'm a bonena so we bema. You would have to come and tell me sorry. One can sorry now. I'm talking. Me trust that. Sending here corner fear, be corner fear. Because you also have to learn to say sorry when you know say you are at fault. And I would also politely say sorry to you if I know something I'm here at fault. And to me, my young family and to so say. In the African society, say, oh, bad dear, oh, what the corner, what the young fan koya saying. Say, Bema or Nana Bema or any meming in Anna or Mutimi day, etimi, they are capable, say they can also have women in their lives. Some men are beasts, they are not meant to have women in their lives. And see, if you have that kind of relationship, either you seek counseling and answer what could she don't keep it to yourself. What's your relationship? I mean, keep it to yourself. Go and open up to Obi and seek for help. Say help, Juma, my sister. Maybe you can't trust it free or worry, but learn to walk away when you have to. Because I remember be how what's na me ube Emma wakoye de wako see wako for bafu for rabbit nephew. And it's a one person will be call very young. She can me. We know somebody will out of that. Nice lady, ayaka sa. Until we are young girl, woshemia. Early signs of relationships. So guy may control you on your phone near here. Let him know so no. What they want person idea. Men controlling me on my phone. Men can't tell me I should give you my phone. Go check it on my friends list, on my gallery, on platforms are awesome. And now who is calling you, who is receiving, says all those things. When you see that from the beginning, all these are signs to let you know, say yes, sir, where he falls in that category of a mema abusive because of a cartel off from everybody. And maybe how my man to say the wish cage or no one a castle or no one and no bibia. So one castle my mechampo frewa who saw her you can't pick up the call for your mother because wouldn't him say so one no my casa who's ya obey yo so I can't trust say he doesn't want you to talk to your mother. One you've chosen your husband over your mother. My sister, you are making the biggest mistake of your life. Never choose a man over your mother. You should know so woman on the wall. No matter who you are, she's troublesome, or you say what you say. You should let these men also know that people in your lives are valuable to you, that you value the people in your life.
Mr. Adama, before you continue, person who addresses Sheila Asemi are walking. Now, unse we make key point to be and now we can say one person who can be control you na you will never allow your husband to prevent you from speaking to your mom or going to visit your mom. Say point in the sister na antias ye or say Why would you choose your family over your husband, Sister Adama? Me pese wo address this issue no. Na afi wotoa nea wo kan so.
Maybe I want to say, why would I choose my family over my husband? And why should I choose my husband over my family also?
So there's just not a choice. There's a husband and there's family. Intininyinan is of importance. And see, you shouldn't be put in a position to make the choice between one or the other. And yes, Anna, okay.
Yeah. I think says son also point out she's trying to let people know, say, why would somebody decide so choosing a husband over a family? That's the point. She's making it.
Or say, isn't your husband and your children supposed to be your new family? Yes, but you don't also abandon your old family. Your parents will forever be your parents, Sheila.
And my sister, does it mean say you've forgotten your past? And you don't know your roots. You don't also know that you came from a family, and your parents also, I mean, your mother and your father, they also came together to create a family, which was also, fortunately, you are from that family. And have you forgotten, so also you came from somebody, and somebody also have you as their family? And you're also going to have kids who are also going to have their families. How would you feel when you also have kids and these kids abandon you, saying that they have their own families? My sister, don't make those mistakes. Those mistakes, because sometimes when you make those mistakes, it's going to be a generation curse. Because your parents, your kids are also going to do the same unto you.
Minia, at the end of the day, no, your family, no families need their doors. Me my boyfriend or my husband or whoever is coming. Me maame ne me papa. Ebra nkrofo mienu we. O ma bra o me mekua me life mu no. Me do wo mu, me kunu me do no. But me do me maame ne me papa nso pa. Obia ensene obia o. They are all important people in my life and they are all part of this family. Eye saa na asem no etie. Anyway, let's proceed. Enti no, Sister Adama, now wo kan nneɛma a ɛmma mfa yɛn ani ntoto fam when they are going into relationships and choosing who they want to spend their lives with. Sɛ mmarima no nso so ɛrekɔ relationship mu, ɛrehyia ɔbaa, onye hu na ne to sisi ne ho so a, ne ɔyɛ tokotoko, so ɔyɛ kɔkɔɔ, so ɔyɛ tuntum, their preference no a, na wakɔfa no saa. Afei ɔbɛba abɛtena fie de na abɛtena fie no afei na wɔbɛhu sɛ suban no sɛɛ na ɛnyɛ saa na ɛteɛ. Ɛdeɛ bɛyɛ fotuo, waka mmaa ne deɛ na meka te wɔ mu, ɛpɛ sɛ wowie mmaa advice na afei wokɔ mmarima no nso advice so me nua.
Okay, my advice is that I think send your it's enough. And for members so who could share oba, person your is here. Oba no or you'll be a and you be she's so curious. As soon as obi frɛ or phone sooner oba no I say and I have phone mommy, if a friend back on how can you cheat on me? Me no show and you have another woman in your life. Oba was at yes, and who also so one and as it and I say oba no obey day. I feel kind of bad worst because they say Rebecca said you are husband and wife, you are meant for each other. Rebecca was them. Secondly, so Oba wouldn't say Oba be warren or no so name some more kind of address and I down for one in a me pen asem. Me person who are down for we say Gino, we say these people. Me person, well, I don't want you to go and see your parents because saying this says Oba no so shisha and I mean, Ubeka ko hu abusuafo, me pese obeto we ama ma me pese obeye we say ama me pese o ma me yare me pese obema ni sika akọ hospital. But say scan na mame because one me na eba be bra. Oba wo yes I na relationship a one na eba be ko bra.
Sister Adama, asɛm a na wokan, obi say your husband can leave you at any time, but your family will always be there for you. Sister Rami so say, and for that matter, if your mom is dead, you won't have any mom again. But if your husband dies out of your life, you can always get another man. Sister Aisha also say, we have ex-husband or wife, but we don't have ex-family. NFA. Some husbands choose their mothers over their wives, and also they are some na work cafe and also your topic as you can.
And no, I love that. Says some husbands they choose their mothers over their wives. You should also know that everybody loves their mother. And as a man, as a woman, I guess you as a woman, you love your mother. Some women also think that the man should is between or no any bemano. But you should also know, say, bema out of respect or also respect and sometimes those family issues, just stay out of those family issues. Stay out of those family issues because maybe we are too controlling to the sense that everything that happens in a man's family, we feel say he shouldn't listen to the mother. My sister, your husband has every right to listen to the mommy, just as you also listen to your mother. Until who tell mommy asama, I didn't know papa no sit na mommy asama. Also no sit na mommy asama. Sweetheart.
Okay, and Sister Sybil say, let's consider the topic under discussion here. In the case of abusive relations, the aim of the abuser is to separate you from your loved ones. Please keep your family close at hand for any necessary intervention when the need arises.
Thank you.
So mo nyinaa mo yɛ privy to videos na ɛba out. Unse Sister Barbara free mu no. There were a whole host of videos that came out. The one that made me tear up the most. Time na ne brother ne brother ne yiri ne kɔɔ ya. Wɔn kɔkɔ yi wɔn nuabaa no ne wɔn dehyia no kɔkɔ ne ɔne no kɔtenaeɛ. Afei adeɛ kyeeɛ a sister no kɔ adwuma mu no ɛna wɔkɔkɔ kɔnaa no wɔ hɔ a wɔbɔɔ ne tuo kum no. Sɛ mohwɛ saa video na Sister Barbara mmerɛ na ne brother no ɛka sɛ wɔ controlling or managing ne kunu no na wɔyi ne nuabaa no dehyia no afiri efie hɔ no. You saw some of the things that Barbara yes, Barbara was trying to prevent the brother no from intervening. And these are some of the niyama na ekoso na make can say a man a mema na shia mo na oni ne wo relationship ni mu a say no ya ba be new family intimate external family interference bia inti ka kire o maame ne o papa say mempɛ sɛ o mebɛbɛ fie ha bio o mama mo na ye ntientia o fie ha dodo ka kire o say ense so o bɛsra me ense so o bɛsra me no. They tried their best to pull all the people that matter to you and kofona omodi omani beto form and see things that you are marriage ni mu untimi hu no no matia wona so se minia. Don't do this. Ade a papa yi say no person ode ye no omo pam sa nkofo ni nyina efiri wo ho. Wo hwa ade na Sister Barbara wo fa mu na enam so ye nyame nipa number 1. So people won't even believe her if she says Pastor so and so bomi ofi obi ani ho obeji atum. But secondly no wono ankasa no wo ho no nso so no won pese ne family kra so kra be hu se se na ware no kra mu atochima because wa hwe wedding kakra wo mo ye hwe wedding wo mo ye hwe nipa e ba ase asa wo mu bedi ye ne ade nyina. How can you go from that to tell anybody for nipa no kra to believe you say nipa asumasi se wo boni kunu. Sister Adama oti we me de yam fato ho. And I'm not saying say it's happening, but me wo hoi na me catch on say me papa bo me maame a obedi edi because people have covered up and keeping up appearances to the point to say they outwardly no bibia ye shame. But near air koso no, it is always people who have eyes to see beyond what is behind the wall. And it notices say, this thing is not normal. Enya normal. Enya na papa yi, enya na sister yi, enya na brother yi. Me nua wo ho asem ka akasa.
Asem kakra me waka ho, the man dwene san kwahwe lady na will say your husband is your new home. My sister Sina dwene me mouse scenario kitwe say woni kunu ekonya asem kese in an abusive marriage. Na se ekoye violence, na se sebi free moi. Na se me like je touche le bois. Se wu a wan ne ba be fa wu funu. Obi a woni be ma na kon on the spot o. Be me what you say out of that no wu wa hwere wo kwa. Woka se bema no na befa wufunu akosie anase wabusuafo na beba aba befa wufunu akosie.
Barbara owuye se ne papa ne maame na esie no. Barbara owuye ne papa
na
ne maame.
wo ware a wo refi wachi yenye ne sa sister. Asem we say the one can ye. Meaning say if you are still listening to us, one can ye. One can ye.
Minya sure say what na opa kire na se. She thought to say you're trying to say so papa ne maame eso on fa so si wukunu. But that wasn't the point she was making. She was saying say she didn't want the opportunity and answered the necessity to arise. Say she would be put in a position to have to choose one side of the family from the other. Ekunu ne yere ho hia, nkola ho hia, but ne papa ne maame nso so no, ene ne nuanom nso so no. Omo no matete no, ahwe no, ai ekura no ama na beye panimu o, ama ne kunu na enne, wo se wo pe no no, n'ani abegye ho nkora se wo pe so ne netra. Se ne maame ahwe no, se ne papa antete no, omo amfa na nko sukulu, ama na ma meye woman of virtue ene waye ya menye sure say nka ne kunu no kra na ni be kas wo pese wo pa adama so wo pese wo ware no kra enti ye sanen ye pa kire. You see, you can't choose one over the other, and it goes back to asema na sibo can say abusers no, they always try to separate you from the people who mean the most to you. And kofua, they want your welfare. As I see so away, there can be no two people in this life or mupe welfare. Esne o mami no papa. Me meti hey. And niama ma femu o mi wiase nyinada. And niama e wo wiase nyina bomia. There's two people. And nipa mienu. Minim se wo mo die. No matter what happens, those two people, they will always be there. Always. And near my fam, sister Adama, winning. You know, winning. And nipa mienu we dear. Equiada hospital near the oxygen simiso, na miwu, and nipa mienu we. They will always be there. Inti ya sanity. Sanity.
And na aye kama. Into my sisters and brothers in a abusive relationship, which is in marriage, for both sides, a man and mema. And sometimes I and I kasa we speak against the man. So a man so dear so a man or bad to me or to meet na say ekasa oh one do kunu akontoka. Nti one on mani kunu on ye biane mani bio. Papa iti ho. Every day, Papa nankasa na bed and obey na duane amano. O refie pe, and na wasate tonum. Enyum to na edidi atem. Na na ye de shawa be ma no so. Enyum otu nyina ye edidi atem.
Just kutia. Kutia.
Yes, meaning some word na in tree. Yes. Or ye no kuno rema. What's and then you know. And the man of my my sister is an abusive relationship. What's what? Oh, my papa, say, Papa, you penna then 1 year, the man. Secondly, Papa, so, and not only say, just say, Mom, fan and son can be will fee. Empower that's my sure. Or baby put the empower that's what they a marker. At Champanimu.
Divider, bed divider.
Why champani no don't cross hand him say a higher side, a higher side there one person.
Hey, then you money got to other side there. Say not the 89.
Obi was it don't il faut pas dépasser ton territoire. Ici c'est mon territoire, ici c'est ton territoire. And a man a mo yes I no so yen sheye. Or baby so ha wouldn't pass say. Ubetimi ama wokunu ani agye but what they show mu say papa we say memma koma dene pa was sex me fa ma no pa so wo akɔhye nika sister what the dampai so papa yi munu e de ne seki kan o sania wo say no wo de punishment a wo de ma papa no eno nti ye hwe yie the kind of punishment that they to the memma say memma and you made the make kakra ma because mo ho yam wo
akakrama o
also me kama mo kakra because memma no so abre memma no so abre yes nti a man no so ye hwe the way I also see back into men's life and we just want to cut them off their parents off their families and everybody around them obitimi jina ka say oh me I'm not happy the way my husband is taking care of his family sweetheart Nipa no episode born ebusuafo, let him help nebusuafo. So no na born ebusuafo, one na be born ebusuafo. We can also work. Instead say wo tifie na wo hwe TV na wo de ayo say papa ne koye adwuma fa ni nyina be hwe wonsam. Was it because I have kids with him? He's my husband. He's your husband. He also has a family. Ebi ane maame nya adwuma, ne papa nya adwuma. Omutu na hwe na ama na ba be dru ne. Na no mo so retire. The guy has every right to take care of his parents.
Mempese ye be digress from say sa na me ya keka nyina no a ye bobo so yi empofo are trying to turn this conversation into a friend is saying other issues in marriage, but me person no we stay focused on what we're talking about. And yen ya wo can you sister Adama, but the focus for today's discussion no, is about abusive relationships and marriages. Inti mempese ye be digress too far from what we're saying. Intimate for Momayan stick it to what we're trying to address here, which is abuse.
Yeah, but you should know, say social media, everyone has got her own understanding. Okay, and understanding but it's not all comments also that you have to also comments go hard. Just Onipakono should listen to me and understand. Abusive relationships and marriage. That is relationships that is before marriage and when you are in marriage. That is both topics. It's not only in marriage. I'm reading from the caption. It says abusive relationships. Relationship that is before you marry and when you are married.
Yes.
And definitely when we talk about these issues, when we talk about abuse now, definitely we have to talk about families. It's about families. Yes, so it's about family. So we have to talk about the families also. They just say before and you remember Hannah, or just about come dear me, help me with the words and
say it in English.
Oh, they hold me all the time. Now you're diverting or now you're say, okay, it's one-sided. No, it's a very broad topic.
It is.
It's a very broad topic. So we look up on I wasn't physical aspects now. I wasn't take his video away. And then next time maybe emotional
I agree.
Aspect and also psychological.
I agree. We will.
But you're taking it bit by bit, and I expanding the cracker with some examples just for the listeners to also understand what you're saying.
Yes. Sister Adama, same things what my person can say. You see, we've talked a lot about abusive relationships, abusers, and blah blah blah. But what we're forgetting, and that is the point that Sister Aisha has just made, and they say abusers, almost free family be more. And the abusers are people who themselves have been victims of abuse because almost so they don't know anything different. And so they're doing what they were taught and they are carrying it on into next generation. Pastor Iya Okun, Sister Barbara, me assure see a betrasi, near analyzing, near digressing, near digesting, dissecting a life. Now, Ube who said at some point in his life, he was abused himself, whether it was sexually, whether it was physically, in other terms, beatings, whether it was emotional, but something happened. There was always a trigger. There is more abuse, they themselves come from abusive marriages. So what is Sister Adam and that's a ubabema. Ehu se wo ne omo papa ekotem bia o papa ukunu trim belt wo so announce where you mokas na de awoni ti no nso the belt ne bowa. Very big chance to say dysfunctional home now otiti oba ne wo mu no ono nso kwa aware a ono nso asua se me maame ne me papa wo ho no na me papa the belt discipline me maame enti me nso so me kwa aware mu no me yiri jimi a me nso so metwe belt de discipline no wo ho na ade na ekoso ade na wo ka fa sa asem.
Oh, ade a me wo ka san say when you are married now say woni ukunu ana woni wo yere enya enkasaya, try your very best and settle that in the bedroom. Don't do that. Me, for instance, I'm free say a woman, who me mama name papa so much woman. I don't know no musu ko on talk and how they settled it, but ye nim no ade a ye kire ya na odo ebi obehu say me maame address na me papa e ba be me papa hu me maame bi na ofre ne ka kire o say lagare that was the time I hu say me papa kire it is say obi betina aka say adam maame jama per life because me hu say me maame bo life pa e kire me papa oba life share papa bia papa so hu na ni age enti saa ntete ye na msumi ye da misua bi free me maame ho enti sa woni wo kunu e na wo yere te ho a se te sa mo bofu mo ho se ne a me nkyere won kwara na ni because akola bi wo ha o hwa ne papa ansa ne papa be ma ne maame sika bia ne atuska na bone maame obe ma ne maame sika no atuska na obusa ne kwara ne school fees e de be na o pay free me ho kwara ne school fees anso o de be ma na no atuska na bo ba na wo se count kwara ne to no mo hwe kwara no they are picking up from you nkwala bi wo ha mu kunto kana mu to no mu su na nkwala na ehwe maame ne papa na eku no mu su but no mu su ya say enti in marriage no say na etie ntoka ne say na etie na oba be ma ebi oto hwe o say okay I'm picking up from daddy say na daddy ye maame me maame be ka say pe na me papa etwa na su ana say bia enso na ode abro se fa hoho nsa na bia no sanso no de gu giri na ni su say fine akwala na tena wa hwe. In the beginning, Akolane will try that on the kid's sister, and I said, sister, one and over. Oshana, the same way I would treat you with your the same way Akolane treated the same way I want the siblings. So now, if you do the school, now always you be complaining. Yes, so it was school. Yes, so school. Sorry, I had to cut the call. Or bo and crofo it was school. Enti, me pa chawote me kasa na.
Meteo nipa.
Oh God, I hear you. Yes, nti say no ever be share my sister. You should not definitely say you catch yourself bro school near ya. You will ban a pick it from you. And near my own no. Nti try your very best no matter how angry you are. And I say meant na say no ma esheka mo no wo yere afro and I say wo kunu afro no would did not attempt. As soon as you hang up no as I say did not attempt. We don't free me so no ya mesh no. Sabi kwasia be ma bi say ani kenya asem kwa nipa besi ma kwa ware kwasia be ma bi sa ana kenya enkenye oba na nka minya kwa nka meka kwa ware wo so oba fun bi sa no all those no yen wo ware obi awie a yen kasa nche nipa e wa ware mu because wo ma it take you as role models. They spend most of the time with you people and they learn a lot from you. So muso nyini a they pick up the same you see my friend there because say charity begins at home. Sometimes social girl be said they will sit here and kasamu omwa die say do kasa obeka kwhwe sa na ne maame so tie. So okoton one ma. The very well say do yiye or yiye ne ni kunu no. Obeka kwhwe na oba no so awo ma ne ma girls omo so ano yaka the same way to so omo maame. And I said a bad boy. Akola no so omuadie so omuadie ne young girls grandpa won no hwehwe okro no so ombu omo because o hwe ne papa ankyere say e wo so obu oba enti yen try and respect relationships are you wom
Ekọ family no ni nyina meboa emma ne mmemme nyina yes sir
yeah exactly hey she can na woody wo ma me kwa do That's so nice. Yes. It's my dear sisters and brothers. Look, when you decide to live with somebody, try your very best and make the person happy. Okay? When there's a misunderstanding, you should know Senipakono is out of love that the person is still with you. Have the appropriate time to talk to the person. Sometimes, maybe if you have to go outside and sit in a restaurant and talk over issues, and also it's because sometimes more attention is too much. Because muti feel the same place, and attention is too much. If you have to go outside, if you have to take your wife on a date, and now your girlfriend on a date, one go to a restaurant, mudi namo kasa, namo bon komo no bi at na ho ase, na ntiase ayeye, na odono awo ho. Because there's nothing like say, who dey be a who change kunu akofa be ma foforo. If you decide to say you love each other, my sister, build on that love and live in harmony. Okay?
And to sister Adama, me dear, send me kind no apostles a friend is saying abusers creed in the ehia me pa. People need to bounce that telltale signs, you know. I avoid no. And one a dear better to sati bia we mu nyina mu. Nti we need to pay attention. Ehia me pa because me mpesi e be 2021 no. Now, somewhere too, Sister Barbara, and somewhere too, my baby. Every day we come, we see, we talk about it. They say, Sister Barbara, say me see, 3 months in here. They say we've stopped talking about it. We've moved on until same time next time. As I said, no best sense biomo. It is about time. We've talked about this issue. Ya can Sister Ama Bosso. Just say all of we ma ya person empower your. We've all raised these issues and we've talked about it at length. The fact of the matter is that so from beginning no ni atwen ama na be a big issue na afei na ye be ya hu bibi nti sisters Adam answer na ye be wie no question am me ma on say ebi am na oba bi ti abusive relationship no, whether it's physical, emotional, psychological, whatever it is, or ti abusive relationship no eja demu den waje ne ho anje afutuo bɛn na wode bɛma nipa bi saa.
Oh, a photo there say a photo no they very simple. Or not say analyze the situation or who say a idea they can repair. If it's something that can be repaired, repairing meaning some counseling. Now, be how what's here will be for asama not will change or tenacity soon will change. Then he changes now on a natina. Be also swan my sister who cost rubber from kwa on best son. Ubi a on best son dear my sister I near what to what to for ne saying mom say obetena ho adwene say me ma na me free we ma me ma be ye den me didien me ye say say na my life be see aye it's going to be hard but what timo so my sister ahoto ade ahoto de wunya bi da nti wonnim say what sa no ade a metimi aka say always have a secure job first. Or secure job, it's me wow, open doors, be brave, because remember be hard, there's nothing you can do to change them. Or babies so hard, what is why you're so violent. Just like in the kitchen and in our plate in our pie because ni bufu pe no are funding in our to a boni pania in our mom said you can marry somebody, but it's in your destiny. So you marry the person, but and also say you're going to end your life for that person. Obuaha or beba or life just for a short period. But if you're going through life, mususwa ebema wan hoto na ebema wan kasa watena se na wani age. Nti yenhwe ne ewo relationship ma ye ditim. Wonim says you have to see somebody, go and see a specialist, a counselor, a pastor, obi a wonim so obeka ko kasa hwe no. Don't come to me. Don't come to me. Kona ko hu obi a we close to one bema na ferry na no ba na ferry na obetimi atena se. Etie if you have to talk to a third person friend nipa kono na montena se. That is for those who still want to save their own relationship no. Obi ha she's fed up. She's been in this for so long. Bibia enkoyi wa be wo for 6 years, 7 years. My sister, sometimes learn to walk away.
Now, sister, relationship a bro because I told you, me today, me papa has never ne more recurrent kameda. Into relationship a obabi timu ani kunu brim no. And no yet to me reconcile mani ye because me make me te me ne bema ho. Not the more half of the more cry. E come me honama e hu tochima ye re young kotena simple ni akwa because of what I see. Say once it starts, it does not have a turning back. That's a friend is saying relationship I physical abuse have them pipe near my boss throw a brim. How can you reconcile something like that?
You can't. I know they want to me. I know you have to learn to walk away. And also maybe nama sa dena amam bema so because sebi say bema first some order and say babe count. So also try action be sure say yemfa yen sambo I think say bema no mfa nen sambo bio. And parents also, for instance, if I take my case as an example, when I was getting married, I remember very well, me make sure say, or this is her personal message to my husband. Or someone can share me kunu say, if free so or war me one fan in some kamida. Intima or no so enti daba kukra se mi kuna yede or yin in sa abome. Because or no na war me one bome. Nti one pesa or bet ti e wana susu se bema no waye de wabome. Nti omo ba be ka share mi kunu. Omo be ka share no pa Emma ewura na sum Emma besin na what is asem na eye adwuma say me ma mese mo mfa ne nsanka me. Nti if you are a parent and you are also watching us say bema eba be ware wo pa, let the man know say wonye obi a oba wo de wonsa eka no, nti you don't also expect him to beat oba. And a mouse a moto a ye bom aware mu no, and ene mo ana ma bom because obi eni ho a wo hu se na esi bo. Wa na wo ho na hu se de esi bo. Until you have to be your own fighter. One also my baby who say yes, you will not accept a bro. Okwa aware mu for anije, one call as a boxer, and that's one call say woka kope you ka your punching ball. So we say so bema no, so we shana so oba be bo a onko abonten ko bo ne yenko bema abonten. Ni who say yes or anwode or ya Zuma Nelson, wotimi hitting ne yenko bema, ba mo nyusu na wombo nipa hu abonten krampa wa ho ofe nyina ekọ because wanim nyina ho no blows.
Sister Aisha saying, some women also put their children first, sacrificing their own safety. Why would you stay in a relationship for your children to emulate abuse? Because adeɛ na wo try sɛ wobɛte nkwalaa ne nti na ayɛbo no, nkwalaa no nso sua bro no na ɔmo nso akɔbo obi. The one I hate is I want my son to have a father. Nti wo deɛ sɛ ne etie bia no wobɛtena ho saa. Mr. Adama, what do you have to say about that situation? Because
well, what I have to say about that, my sister, mom say obia is the wish of every woman to be proud of the kids and also say that this is the father of my kids. But at the same time, unfortunately, they deserve sa award, sa title. Nti se wo miti obi sa in your life say your bema honey or say chebi cheke no. Voilà, mbafo bamna kana ko chebi cheke bi obema wo ho e na cheke so e wo ho. Nti nya bema bia na deserve sa. It's not because his father your child may say kut by fire by force say yes. And then ya wutina mu ye kun kra wutim. E na make say e mom say oba bia pese wo hu neba ekache neba said this is your father and this is my husband, but unfortunately deserve that title. And you have to always be empowered for situations like this, so that you won't find yourself wanting and begging people to help you take care of your kids. If you are empowered, you can also do it. We have single mothers, and I'm not praying that you should be a single mother, but if unfortunately you meet a man who doesn't deserve to be called a friend a responsible dad. Maybe he fathered your child, but maybe he's not only crampose obesime taking care of akwalano till say akwalani beko university area ako school to also be on his own. And also let's learn to say no to abusive marriage. So bema abusive was learn to say no to that abusive marriage, because sebi men now also so now oko kache your parents say kwatina musa when I would team you know what you are going through. What's a hot seat? Anytime I will be real with you, na wakoma because wouldn't my dear train on say my sister. Our rare though, but our real be komu so aye kwako abusive so and then ka wotina wabusua fie krampa and for so. There is no shame in coming back when your marriage didn't work. It's not a shame. It didn't work and that's it. And Juma, just pray, and I pray for you that you meet somebody who will treat you much better. Before I even round up with it, our Lady Diana, when she was married to the Prince of Wales, she was married to a very rich guy. The guy was rich. And then we all envied that marriage because we're like, oh, wow, she's a princess. She has everything. She has this castle. She has maids. She had everything. But she was bold enough to walk out of that marriage, said no, I'm enough of this. Enough is enough. My mini free some marriage. Okoshia Dodi fired. Another very rich, successful businessman. No crampo ni do no crampo no. Osina hoka say if I knew Crampo said this was waiting for me, I think I'd be free. Oh, koja ne ma emema mienu sisters. Into a woman like that, no, my sister. Emma. Because some women have been brave enough to just let some relationships know, say, they are not there just for the materialistic aspect. But if there is no love and those no feeling, that was our relationship now. If you have to walk away, she walk away. Princess, you can say, okay, when you walk away, you lose that title of a princess. And was saying yes, was it me losing in but I prefer to be a free woman. She did it. We are singing. I said, this is what I'm going through. I can't be in a relationship. I say, yeah, abusing me. I don't have my husband to myself. And you may me couldn't damn in chain, me couldn't say. Until when you have to walk away, sweetheart, you have to walk away. Because some relationships is not going to work out. No matter counseling, no matter the idea, empire, then, but if it's not going to work, it's not going to work out, sister.
No correct. Sister, nyame de meka de atwa and I've said it a few times, but omo waso no ombeti. Me see Abusive Creed, and I'll keep on saying it until the last person hears what I've just said. Because the telltale signs are there. They are there for all to see. Ye buya ni guso. Enipa ne start ese wo yes wo do so na ye controlling wo. Mehe. Efe wanya wawie no wɔpam wo safety net efiri wo ho wo maame wo papa wo nua wadamfo ɔmo beti ɔmo ani bɛtoto fam and protect you and be there for you no wɔmo saa nkurɔfoɔ no nyinaa no. Sister Amasi, please recite the Abusive Creed for me. Please recite the Abusive Creed for me. Ne kyerɛ sɛ mfiti aseɛ nipa na yɛ ne ho sɛ wɔn pɛ sɛ I don't want where were you ɔpɛ sɛ wo running commentary of nea wodi wo 24 hours ne nyinaa ɛyɛyɛ and you think say ɛno yɛ dɔ. Oh, he loves me so much. He wants to know where I am every time of the day. Sebi mpɛ biasa wokɔgya ɔnan koraa this all text no sɛ I'm in the loo meyɛ number 2 adɛn owie no a no wapam maame ne wo papa wadɔfo wo nuanom ɔmama na yɛ ntiantia wɔ relationship yi mu dodo. They come to this house all the time. I don't want to see them. Me apam ɔnamfofoɔ wei ɔyɛ ahyawo wei ɔyɛ dwamanfo wei ɔyɛ single ɔyɛ bad influence wei ɔmpawareɛ wei koraa wɔnwoyɛ wopɛ sɛ woyɛ wife wode saa single girls yi wode yɛ ne no wapam saa nkɔfoɔ no nyina da efiri wo ho wayɛ ne nyinaa wie no sese sɛ wabreki wo nti sese wo ne nko a ne si fie hɔ afei na abuse na nkasa no ɛba abɛhyɛ aseɛ. Ebi deɛ yɛ physical, ebi deɛ yɛ ɛfrɛ ne sɛn sexual, ebi deɛ yɛ atɛmdidie. Obebreki wo ankasa wo nipadua no nyinaa ma wo a wogyina hɔ na ahwɛ wo ho wɔ ahwehwɛ mu koraa wohu ne sɛ woyɛ obi a yɛ a n'anim tantan bi yɛ a n'afu bi yɛ ahwɛ wo a wogyina hɔ wawo mmiɛnsa hwɛ ne wayɛ hwɛ ne wafu ayɛ stretch marks bi a yɛyɛ ho hwɛhwɛhwɛ wo ho fu bi a wɔde gyina hɔ no wɔabreki wo completely and you keep hearing those things over and over and over and over again till you start believing those lies in your mind as being gospel. Edwuma koraa wompɛ bi ayɔ bio because yɛsɛ wo koraa wonkyɛ da nyɛ attractive. Wo koraa wagyi me. Why na pɛ wo de ayɛ biribi? You can't think. You don't have a mind. You're stupid. Saa. Na afei wanya wawie no. Na afei wadane sɛ aboa bi de ama no. Na wanya wo ho kwan ayɛ nea ɔbɛyɛ. And before you realize what is happening no, ebi a na ɔhyɛ 6 foot under. Enti me nua, when the controlling is beginning, begin to spot begin to realize what it is.
She can read me or question back.
Can you help us all come in?
Okay, my question is if a man refuses that the wife works, is that also an abusive marriage? Like on person you're ne be juma, or no on money sika, or no on person you're ne so be juma, ma many
I abuse because Oba no be the sister. The thing is this, so one say it goes back to what we talked about from the very beginning, which is enipa ushia obi. Say be away be my sister Adama no ma be shia. Sister Adama many ho. Okay, I now for okay. But if this relationship is going to be something that is serious to the point, say how you live is going to affect how I live, we have to sit down and have a conversation, a very serious one at that.
Very serious.
What are some of the things that will a non-negotiable to you, Adama? And I know the first one for you is that is non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. There is no way in hell send your minimum ube penis to say wukunu be kase wu Adama menye juma. It's possible.
Chika, I didn't see na me peninsula. Into school now me call yam fast over na bass. My parents they mako school wa Ghana, mako university e wo Legon. Masamba aboshe abeko school aboshe. Me si me betena se abeche fish. E wo jade. Na me de abetena se na me de amami kunu. Enti eka bebrebe ya omo boy ye nyina. Emfa so be na beba so amami. Yeah, they make school. Me papa send back all kind. You remfeed that. Yes, 6 girls, 3 boys. Because my papa names or womb and mama be baby. I send back all catch say. Me the mo school said the bear said mungina be me bia me bo a chair a worms.
Good. I love your dad.
That is from my father. My father was an illiterate. Me papa one school that, but he was a successful businessman. Enti se papa wi etna se adwene sa adwen ya se me be me de mu nyina me be school me de mu nyina be university se de be am be nya adwuma pa no. Enti already we have that support from your papa say oba de enye afie na wotena. Enti papa yi de asemi ahya yaso ame yakọ school a ewie. Enti me de me share me kunu there, I was very clear with him. Me say me nya oba me ba betena afie ahwe TV. And I said, Obekwa aba mesem, meti fie twen, mache fish, my ye way into obabedi. Okay, ye never ha koye adwuma. Enyumre ne nyina ye hia e ofie. Obaby so juna o ka kire say, that means last week I me kokoye me nsa lele no. The lady is at home, she's not working. But also waka kire ni kunu say what fie na wonye adwuma no. Ni kunu ntua ne ka, and the husband is doing that.
That's her preference, but that's what I'm saying, And you know why you lele? So why you lele?
My sister, Mabel, ni kunu ni tua ne ka ofie, and a very smart woman. She's doing business at home. Sister, ma mene tonton niema, what tonton African wear, what on shutter, what on niema bebre, what do go ni WhatsApp song, and people buy. What just says sikano, and then you couldn't send tua ne ka. Until she's okay. And no yes, since wa what if you wa yes, ya ma unko ye adwuma. Wa adwuma unko ye so ontua wo ka o. Obebusa ne bibia sanitary pad kran so be ma osika no kra a whole week and no kra didi atem and am akanto say miniska de bia wo ya na oba be ha me say sika sister nti wuti fie no de say on pese obekọ adwuma ba na wonye aduane a at least you can work and come back early. Maybe when you drop off the kids from school, well, sinkwala no school, or hakoye adwuma, by 3 p.m. you are back home. What started dinner? By 6, 7 na dinner abene. Na papa ye didi. Na osusu wonim say wako akoye adwuma abafie. Enti say ma omototo because ma bebre pese omo ye adwuma, mo so mo kunu mo so omo pese omo ye adwuma. Me personally the other ma there me there yentimi kan chem say ma me nye adwuma. Shika so I know say Shika is the same. I'm just imagining Shika saying you could okay, Shika is going to be a housewife.
Hell to the no. Because now Notikana and it's not even you see having a job, no, it is not just about the finances though. It is giving you a sense of purpose. So you nipa. Because Sister Adama, Edwuma say me for example, it is not just about money, but me masori anopa. COVID abre sweet. Masori anopa me home. me nso mesiesie me ho apia kotena baabi a me nso me sombo mo obi nso ba bechia me a I may also be the only person a obi nso so ne me kasa me ni nkofo nya enkitahodie throughout the course of my day omo kan niema omo share ideas obi de asem bi beba obi beka bibi ebeto waso wo bedwen ho no wafa mu aba bi ama ne de aboa wo ho. It is not just about the monetary side of things, oh. It is also the self-worth and self-purpose idea. Ma me kuya se me nso so mitimi pie ko baabi ebe fie. Emema na mpempi omo ti omo mpese omo yire mu be ye adwuma no. We kra de so otua ne ka. Agreement e wo omo ntembem pempi no. Some of the guys, some of the men no omo ye ne say me mpese obe ye adwuma. Me pesa utine fie, me pesa ubepie. But ono si tene fie no. One wo ho ana se wo ho funu ne wie a, no wasan kwetena ekurom. The same person who doesn't want you to go out there and work and earn a living. Wono kwotwe mpena, wokotwe okofa girls na, omo hye skirt suit. Na esi omo kotodwe na omo yi omo nan agu ho no ene omo hye skirt suit na omo ayi omo ti no saa nkofo ne bi na omo akwafa. Into the point I'm making is the two people now more relationship and answer marriage from the outset, you guys have to have a conversation. We all have things that are non-negotiable. Hey, not having a job, it's not even on the table. It's not even on the cards for discussion. Because and I am not quitting my job for you for any reason. None. Zero. Not non-negotiable. And we are number one. Number two. Bema when nam wodi we no wadi akua no akofa kofi no wadi asi mintimi. Inti that is also non-negotiable. Bema orensa ehye droto eye weed mintumi non-negotiable. Number 3. Number 4. Bema your friend is saying opes wo ba be hye me mekua mani gie so. No controlling me, no chere me time amenda, time amen sorry, time amen hurinsi ho, time amen trimenim, non-negotiable.
I love that. I love freedom. Me pe freedom pa.
Because means remember of freedom, means so mean share will be also. You have a life, I have a life. So we are respecting each other and allowing each other to have lives, but we're sharing our lives together. Sharing doesn't mean say me ba be control you no ma chere o se ne wo bo bra na Bema will keep him moi when if he be the diam paso, be every piano. You make we are mean to me, no. Enke kania brofono, near the Dania fit cat and cramine mean to me, no. Intino, there will be otessa, mean Febby. Enti, I have it in my head. The things are non negotiable. The mammy mequiano, meaning is there. It is said out there clear, plain and simple. Into upesa me if you want to tango, you bet mingle, you bet tango pa, but tango in will be at in huasi. No, so swatch them in dear. Means wo ba o ti se mempe, oba o ti se mempe, oba o ye se mempe. Meti me am metis a contract na. Me sign contract no. Yenti means so it is not possible. No, be a penny baby. Very simple.
Very simple, sir, from the start. My bema ni hu sene usiti. Say be away a type but you can't do without social media. If you are the type that you are you love to be on social because when once he is married to you, no, or see free social media handles in so free in asu. Right from the start, if you are the type I would wouldn't say you have to be on social media. Let him know so wow that how also so when your information free enya wani free. If it's something on also he can go because after no babe waro ababe change near be because so I didn't know say na what here. Until what sure be no only bit me atena se na makasa enema ben na wo pese wo yere eye. Enema ben na me so wo pese obusa me e fa me so me pese me kunu eye. Obiane ne awope like shika kan say obimo obi nhye na nigie so me I love my freedom and I also love to give people their freedom. What you say? Meti hai ene the whole day me mpie nko baby a me hyefie me mpie nko baby a me hyefie. You know, in the afternoon my yam aduane bibia, in the evening my ba online me kasa area me kunu so opie. I'm so okay, see you later, bye. Ko baby a wo na bra. Simple. Me nko kase ena baby owo no frɛ me fa me to video so me pese me share obi a wona ne wo ho. Oh no me need our time no. Simple. Me need our time no. But that me doa wo say me hu feely there, that's something else. But say men doa wo de baby a wo kono, de baby a wo bi akọ. Just as so me freedom to do whatever I want to do no. Sa na etie. Also be ama obi freedom. The fact that we worry obi na me nhye nipa cross e ma ne nya ade a wo pe. Ma ade a ono nkasa na ni gye ho ama na ni gye ho so ma ne nye. Ma ne nye.
No, minia. It is non-negotiable. There are certain things, you know it. Beman and numbo, non-negotiable. But those are things I bet me if the person is willing to learn. You bet me I bibi. But any panel so see sent na ji baby ana no pedia. No me jana ama not nani sent him. Sister Anna, mama, last word in here.
Oh, my last word, me say, abusive relationships and the part. It's not a healthy relationship, and also an abusive marriage. No, and it's not. It's not. If you don't seek for help, no, it's it's and some people have lost their lives out of that. Let's watch out, and if you know that what they are not started to be an abusive relationship, na seeking for help, because sometimes obi tena say just our blows swinging, but when the person wants revenge or revenge in a very violent way, yen watch it out the way you're dealing with so many issues. Don't neglect anything that is worrying you. You have to speak out, my sister. You have to be bold enough. You have to be outspoken. Being outspoken, when in Swadia. Because you be mutisa, also if you are outspoken, I just say when in Swadia, you don't respect. There's a difference between being outspoken and also being respectful. We can be outspoken and also be respectful at the same time. And let's also learn to respect people when we decide to live with them, or if we want them to be our partners. It's good to respect. Let's respect and let's be honest with each other also. And let's give people their freedom. Liberté, d'accord? Très bien.
No, sister, let's just finish this off by reading the last comments by Sybil said, Dearie, the only certificate you may get from an abusive relationship or marriage will be a death certificate if you're not careful. Rather be a brave and strong mother to your fatherless child than a monster for a role model and a mother with low self-esteem. It works both ways too regarding abusive women. Sybil, I love you so much. I can't wait for you to come do something on the show because I love the punches that you threw, and it's real casa, a real talk. Sister Mary, I see. Yeah, so a woman must work for herself. If not, in the days that there's a problem and he decides not to give you money, how can you eat? Oh, sister, ask again. How would they eat? Oh, Tom. Get out of the house for work is therapy. Sana sister Aisha Walker. Eti man a ọmụ show yi so a monyɛ adwuma a mode mote hɔ na mofɛsa moyɛ na motete yɛtete bɔ mo da bia no, you guys better wisen up and start to think about nneɛma in clear terms. You can say social media na mmarima no bi mpene sɛ yere mo bɛkɔ so no, na papa yi bisa Bra Sam will say, what about if social media is where you do all your network marketing? And I just don't know what is wrong. You see, if you have self-confidence and you know who you are as a guy, why should you be bothered about your wife being on social media? Why? Won't say yes.
Sorry to cut you, Kasa.
Yeah, me see, a man be a honomo, a man be a honomo. One casano, who trust in Nipana when in the honor. So Bana also done, would Ginidia. There should be no dream bonny a tata BBHU. Won't say a man being so honomo because they don't really understand that as a human being, you have to have time for yourself, like me time. As I say, or boyfriend that 10 be and a boy no one as a so who baby or share 24/7. That is so unhealthy. So unhealthy. Also, so nyamrema man, you know, nyamrema for yourself and do your own self and personal development. Because we hear musana, what dream be keep and surround yourself with friends who are with positive mindset and for. Then you bear what dream baby. You know, there are some women that are sitting here listening to us right now. Ni kunu PSC abontia or fi say okotwempana. Be mani bie ne door no si abontia.
Men need fresh air. Men mama pay. No, I won't pay kwa abonti. I no mutimi dwene because Emma yet meet na them the whole day in pay cry it's okay. But Bema what if he wants to just go out what on an area or now or nante just to have fresh air. No asamba them. And also my dearest brother Sam talking about networking by selling online and doing online business. I think that is one of the lucrative business in the 21st century people are doing and getting a lot of money. What I say, Nti say Bema, what one as a one better wherever social media and your wife is a businesswoman. And my brother, your wife is losing money. If you don't know, maybe that was 20 years back now. Aje Okoko share shop and people buy. But she say no, Yuri can sit in the comfort of her home and they just put what she's selling online. And my sister, trust me, in less than maybe 1 hour, now you're not when you're 10,000 now, when you're 20,000 wow, a whole month I walk away and we should also give women that opportunity to also do what they want to do. Some women are very, very successful when it comes to social media and also doing business on social media. You know, it's lucrative. It's just a what about to ho kasa kakra bi a bing no apeke wo coconut yi what nut sika kakra obenya but lucrative enti bema se bema wani afi na what ya see I say social media is not only unless of course no she's not solid enough. Because Obibeka's a bad influence. How can your wife go on social media and go and pick for bad influence? How? And now she's not matured enough. Maybe Adam, I go on social media, I talk on platforms, but Obin to me influence me. Because me and my personality, the same I have my own personality. To me, show be idea so be ebe say my journey ama my say my say. And honor our year is on social media. Encourage her, and also you can also support her to also do little businesses online. And you are going on vacation or Dubai and she's the one paying her. I think, sir, brother, you'll be the first person to make your suitcase say, okay, Oliver, let's go.
Enti mema ne mma nyinaa asɛm a yɛken ɛyɛ abusive relationship ho asɛm ɛnɛ yɛde bɛto dwa. We've talked about it, we've looked at the pros and cons and adeɛ kura ni pros bi a cons nko a ɛna yɛ dissect ne yɛyiyi nnompe no ne mfen ne nsono ne nyinaa afiri mu. What we're saying at the end of the day, guys, before we go, is that abusive relationships of any form are not acceptable. No, they are not acceptable. Unacceptable. Read my lips. Me say no, enya acceptable. Enti nyintum ewo kwan biara so of any form. Whether it's physical, whether it's psychological, emotional, atemdidi o, ebro, edi aye by force o, ni nyinaa enya acceptable. It is unhealthy and it's unacceptable. Until we are calling it out as unacceptable. Intiminia. So why are dreams how the opposite would di ko a and no your choice. But yeah, dear, say acceptable. Intimani memenina. In 2021, as we have 3 days left, I shine your eyes. Be weni. Efe so to me no mo amobehwe ade nyina no me sure say wanya wasua bibi kakra bi wom kete it may be one word or one sentence nyame nhyira obebre but please meni me nua ba nyina yesrew share this video on your personal profile. It might not be important to you. You might be empowered enough. Nti wo de wo nhia because wo nim se ensamfo bi wo ho a wo nsoso so. But ebi ana wo nua ba bi a anase wo nua ba ma bi a owo social network ni mu no no de wontimi mbeyi nanim ya aga ni se ne amene me nua ba ya ba emmeka. Waye moa no de ahye no ho. Wo hia wa mo wa ba rescue no ntimi nua ebe ya share video no na call personal profile so na obi nso nhwe na ba bi esese obi nya wo sa video yi mu no enipa ne timi nya ntimi nua ba meka madofo enyina ho sister Aisha bra Sam Missy friend say sister Ama Manson eni omo atiefo amoba ye nyina so na madawase ese tem bia mefre obi a onka da bi da enkyere me sister Adama. God richly bless you. Last assembia kan ye kwa.
Assembia because mamutie on this friend on this channel also. You should know that I'm also into skincare. So if anybody wants to have any recommendation as to which skincare product will be useful for their skin, you can also inbox me because I'm also into skincare products from Paris.
Absolutely. Mo pasa mo apomu nso ye den a. Apomu den expert me nso me wa ha. Nti ne beboa ma wapomu aye den bia nso wo hia wo hwehwe me a wonsa beka me. Metimi aboa wo ama wafu na ayese banku no etimi ache wo plasma TV no ebetimi aba ye laptop e de ama wo metimi aboa wo sa kwan so. Enti abusuafo ye be ma ye hu so anu no nti medam nyinase. Mr. Adama, God bless you. I can't wait for us to have our next show again. I'm so excited.
Yeah, let's try to make one last one before I resume work next week.
Okay, Mate. Enti na busia ya chiamo, ya kramo. Bye bye.
Sika educate, yeah, what Facebook, YouTube, and Insta. Sika educate, yeah, cassava, abundant, our real impunto. Sika educate, or don't come up, run, yeah, who are true. Sika educate, Unyani baby, Sika educate. It's like a page, you know, I am vibe. But more than YouTube, subscribe it. Sika educate is the name. All our man them source and they come from inspiration, motivation, modern education. Wafranada, when it's here, or don't come or Ekusika deba. Wafranada, Bema Jai, or don't come or Ekusika deba. Sika educate, yeah, what Facebook, YouTube, and Insta. Sika educate, yeah, cassava, abundant, our real impunto. Sika educate.